And for auto repairs, let's talk about Shawkin, the owner. Sheridan Auto Tech, I'm proud to send you there for auto repairs. He gives you personalized service, caring and understanding when it comes to the economy of it all. They value you, and they will combine value with quality. That's Sheridan Auto Tech, 303-455-7242, 455-7242. Two locations, Lakewood and Aurora. Sheridan Auto Tech, 303-455-7242, and on my referral list at referralist.com.
Running out of money is the number one fear for retirees today. Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, every Saturday on 630 KHOW. If you want to secure your retirement future, you need to start with a written plan. Together, let's create a plan to make sure your money lasts as long as you do. Call 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604. Or online at yourmoneyyourretirement.com.
Not happy with your first joint replacement? Avoid another one by going to Downtown's Healthcare, your Colorado leader in physical and regenerative medicine. Get your joint function back and reduce pain naturally. Check them out at downtownshealthcare.com or call 303-292-9992.
You've heard the hype over CBD oil, and you're thinking, will it get me high? Is it legal? Rest assured, CBD oil will not get you high, and it's federally legal. In fact, it's totally plant-based and can make you feel better than you felt in a long time. Bluebird Botanicals is a forerunner in the CBD space and has helped thousands of satisfied customers feel better and elevate their mental and physical well-being. Find out more at bluebirdbotanicals.com and try it for yourself today.
If you've been hurt, you want a legal team that puts you first. That's Bell & Pollock. Hi, it's Mandy, and after getting to know these guys, I'm confident that you and your case will be taken care of and treated the right way by Bell & Pollock. They've been helping injured Colorado families for over 30 years, and they're just really nice guys. Get the right representation you can feel good about with Bell & Pollock. Call them at 303-795-5900. That's 795-5900, or visit championsofthepeople.com.
It's time for the largest gun show in Colorado, the Tanner Gun Show, this weekend at the Denver Mart. Over 700 tables of bargains with the most new and used guns available. Find hunting and fishing gear, military surplus items, and great ammo prices. Admission is only $12 for both days with free parking and kids under 12 free. Don't forget, concealed carry classes start each day at 11. Don't sleep in this weekend. The Tanner Gun Show starts at 9 a.m. at the Denver Mart, 58th and I-25. Visit TannerGunShow.com.
Ross Kaminsky, mornings 5 to 10.
The World Health Organization says that burnout is real. Oh, you don't say. Let's talk about our burnout experiences and how we dealt with them Thursday morning starting at 6 here on 630 KHOW.
This is the Troubleshooter Show.
Help, I need somebody.
Now, Tom Martino.
Weird about all this.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in this universe. I love what I do because I help people, and I think if I wasn't doing this show, I hope iHeart's not listening. If I wasn't doing this show, I'd be out on a soapbox doing it anyway. I'd be saying, step right up with problems and, and trying to solve. Welcome. It all started when I had a problem, and I wrote about it in the newspaper. Honest to goodness, a car problem. I sold a car, didn't get paid. Went to court, won. Said, this is cool. Somebody else, when I wrote about it, said, hey, I have a similar problem. How did you do that? And I said, here's what I did. And then somebody else wrote and said, hey, what would you do if this happened? And then I started answering questions. And this was like in the early 70s. Yeah. For a newspaper. So that's cool, huh? Anyway, it might have been late 60s, actually. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I have shoes older than my wife. Okay. Just kidding. All right. Let's talk about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You call us and we'll try to help you any way we can. We do so with experts from the referral list as well. They help us. David Salisbury is one of them. He's in today. He's an attorney at law that does wills, probate. He does trusts. We were just talking about trusts. Irrevocable or revocable. And so many questions on that I get from email every time he's in. So we'll talk about that. But Rhonda's first. I'm Tom. And I have a pledge to you. It's kind of an informal pledge. I'll get to your call in 5 minutes. We can't include breaks, though. Can't. That's not fair. In 5 minutes, or I'm going to buy you lunch, but you have to come in and be a common man. There's nothing wrong with that. Rhonda, hey, what's going on? This is right up David Salisbury's alley.
Very good. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm calling because last year my husband, he passed away unexpectedly in May. He was turning 59.
Oh, my goodness, Rhonda. My goodness.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Well, you know, it was tough. His birthday was 5/9/59, and he was turning 59. So.
And do you have children?
We do. We have 2 grown children.
How are they doing?
Well, so that was May. So in June 21st, our daughter, who is 36, suffered a brain aneurysm.
Oh, my God.
So
Now, how is she doing?
She's doing quite well. Quite well. She was in the hospital. We live in Lafayette, and she was flight for life down to St. Anthony's in Lakewood on the 21st.
Now, how far after the death? Your husband died 5/9/18, and
it was like 4 weeks.
And then 4 weeks later, daughter had an aneurysm.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what's going on?
So she went down to St. Anthony's and was in the hospital until November, and she was released from Craig Hospital in November of last year. She's doing, like I say, she's doing so much better. She's got a long road, but she's up a wheelchair, so that's a huge accomplishment for her. During this time, probably, well, right after she suffered her brain aneurysm, I was notified by Hartford Insurance. My husband was an employee of Excel Company here in Colorado, and I was notified by Hartford that I was obviously eligible for the life insurance, but that there was a problem. The problem being that I was listed as beneficiary at 100%, and so was my daughter listed as beneficiary at 100%. Obviously, that wasn't going to work, and so they said Brittany and I would have to agree on what the distribution was.
Well, you both would have to agree?
Yes.
Okay, because is that going to be a problem? I mean, she's your daughter. Do you have?
Well, unfortunately, at that time when they notified me, she was in a coma. So I let them know that. I mean, there was no way she could sign.
I get it. How long was she in a coma, Rhonda?
It was 20 days.
Oh, my God, you went through it. Oh, my goodness. So listen, where are we today? She had to sign and she couldn't, but the money is still... And first of all, David, have you ever heard of double beneficiaries by mistake?
No.
Okay.
And I don't know how the insurance company could have allowed that to happen. All they'd have to do is look at the form and see that you've got 2 beneficiaries at 100%.
Were they both put down at the same time?
Yes.
Okay,
so they were both listed as primary beneficiaries, Rhonda?
Where does it stand right now, Rhonda? Where does it stand right now?
Right now, I am working with... So I
mean, right now, just I know you can say it, and then we'll get the details, but right now, where is it? Did you guys get the proceeds?
No.
Do you have a totally good relationship with this daughter?
Yes.
In other words, she's not trying to get any money.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No,
so then why doesn't... Okay, so what is the hang-up?
So the lawyer that I'm currently working with says, in Hartford, says that because of Brittany's cognitive skills, she's not able to sign a paper.
Okay, I see. Now,
why can't you get power of attorney?
Hold on. Well, first of all, if she's not cognitive, she can't. But I don't necessarily believe cognitive is necessarily competence. So there's a little difference here. Is she competent? Do you know? I mean, do you talk to her?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so how did this attorney, who has no business judging cognitivity, how did this attorney come to that conclusion?
Well, he just, via email, let me know. He asked me to get a letter from Craig Hospital.
And that's what you should do. Will anyone say she is competent to conduct business? First of all, was she ever ruled incompetent? That's the thing. If she wasn't, Screw that attorney. Get another one because, you know, you don't just go looking for trouble. Was she ever ruled incompetent at any time assigned a guardian?
Yes, when she first got sick, I was trying to conduct her business. I did it.
And how did you do it? With a court order?
I did. I went and became her guardian and conservator.
Now hold on. Are you still her guardian and conservator?
Yes. Although
okay, David, if you're still her guardian and conservative, duh.
Yeah, why? This is David, Rhonda.
Okay.
If you have the legal power to act on her behalf and it's been given to you by a court of law, how does your lawyer and how does the insurance company say, oh, well, we're just not going to approve that? We're not going to. It doesn't exist.
Let's say whether she's competent or not, you already have her legal power of attorney.
She doesn't have to be competent. She's got a guardianship over her.
Did it expire? Did your POA expire?
No, they say it's a conflict of interest.
Of course it is, but that's
Rhonda.
First of all,
everybody. If you get a guardianship over anyone, if you get it over your child, I mean, there will be situations.
That's right.
Where there's a conflict, and the court is aware of that.
I believe your attorney is incompetent. I'm serious, Rhonda. I'm serious. Does this attorney do probate and wills and all that?
He does. In fact, that's why I went to him.
Okay.
Because I need a will.
Well, why don't you go back to the court and have them approve this? Would your lawyer be willing to try that?
I wouldn't use the attorney. Look, are you paying?
$5,000 is what my attorney's saying it's going to cost me.
He's full of crap. Okay, Rhonda. How many times can I say it? You need to bill. You need to pay what he's done so far and get the hell out of Dodge. Okay. You need an attorney, a different attorney. I can already tell that he wants to keep this thing open and run up the clock. I'm sorry. Okay. So far, you're not getting good advice. Now,
please help me.
Okay, well, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you. You need to pay your attorney and get rid of him. That's in my opinion, okay? If you were my sister, I would say get rid of your attorney. Go to David for a free consultation. Now, as far as if it needs extra stuff, David can refer you to competent people. But I would start with David. And I'm not trying to drum up business for him. I'm telling you that he's not going to try to create work. You have two situations. Number one, you are the competent representative, or you're not. And if you're not, that means she is competent. So either way, you win, and I have no idea why this attorney is doing this to you.
How much money are we talking about?
Yeah.
It's about $100,000.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, that's certainly worth
That's why the attorney's keeping it open.
Well, Rhonda, give me a call. I don't do litigation, but you give me a call. I'd have someone who will do the job for you.
When you say you don't do litigation, what does that mean? Like as far as the probate part?
No, I do all that.
Yes.
But, you know, there are situations where all of a sudden the whole thing breaks
If the daughter is fighting her and you got to go to court, okay, but that's fine.
Yes.
But as far as getting this facilitated and making a motion to the court to allow this, you can do that.
Yeah, I probably can, but if I don't feel like... Here's the thing, Tom. Here's the thing. I do what I know how to do, and I don't do what I don't know how to do.
Do you work closely with someone?
Oh, absolutely. Someone who is highly recommended by all lawyers.
Rhonda?
Give me a call.
Yes.
Please do that.
I will.
Get rid of Okay. Now David's number is 720
Okay.
493 3911.
Okay.
Now, you just remind them who you are, and we'll take your name and number to me so they match, because I just don't want some nut calling them, okay? We've had that happen. Okay, we have to take a break. This is what I mean about helping. This is what I mean.
That's crazy. They really want it both ways. They really do.
I don't.
She can't make her own decisions, or she can't.
I can't hear a word. I'm just kidding.
Just don't get it.
I think Tom nailed it. The attorney sees $100,000 and he's trying to build a shit.
I've seen that happen so fucking much. To go to court and do this, I don't think it's going to cost $5,000. And the insurance company
isn't going to send lawyers there. It's not in their benefit. They're not going to get anything from it. Eventually, this money is going to go to somebody.
No, they're not trying to fight it.
They're not trying. They just want to be protected.
David, I know you don't want to say this, but I'm telling you straight out. This attorney, just when it's exactly what's happening. Why close it out? There's $100,000 we can get. Unfortunately, I took my phone and I put it on the table. Went to the restaurant with attorneys at the table. I was discussing the case with.
Plus, it comes in a variety of colors, so you can get the right finish in
I probably. Centeno Schultz, that name should ring a bell to you because Dr. Chris Centeno was the originator of stem cell therapy in a clinical setting outside of our animal kingdom. He read about research with animals and decided he was going to do it with people, and it's caught on, hasn't it? Dr. Chris Centeno at Centeno Schultz, and he also started a string of clinics called RegenX with 2 X's. I want you to go to this website, please, and find out about the true experts, thestemcellexperts.com. There you will find about Centeno Schultz and RegenX, thestemcellexperts.com. Also, find out about their seminars and go to one, or do an evaluation. But by all means, avoid chiropractors. Avoid them. They do them without imaging, and they have fluids sent in. Only Centeno Schultz or RegenX, 303-963-9201, thestemcellexperts.com.
You know what I do? It just hit me, and I'm not kidding.
Mark, Bendinelli's not back till the 8th.
Got it. I'd hire Bendinelli and go after bad faith to that insurance company and not fucking blink twice.
They're not bad faith yet because she probably didn't apply. They probably actually did not apply.
And you know what what these guys will do? There's a procedure called in-fleet, meaning the insurance company will say, here, court, here's the money. We're out. You determine.
An interpleader.
Interpleader. And
that's right.
And then they say
they do that with earnest money.
We're done
in real estate.
We're done. You want to? These 2 people can fight as much as they want to.
That's exactly right.
But there isn't anyone to complain. All he needs to do is have the court say, yeah, this is fine. There isn't somebody on the other side saying, no, you can't.
Yeah, no one's bitching.
No one's bitching about it.
No, that's why I know. That's why in my heart, I know in my heart of hearts, the attorney.
It's the attorney.
But don't you think the daughter later could come back and say, hey, look at this conflict of interest?
Not if, no.
The court already said that.
Says it's okay. Once the court has said it's okay.
If she turns on her mom, not if she's legally the guardian, no, and the court's approved it, why?
My God, she was in a
In fact, often you are a power of attorney for someone directly related to you. You often have
always are. You pretty much always are.
That's
who are you going to put down as power of attorney? Suzanne? Or Dan? Or me?
Dan.
Well, okay, Dan would be okay.
No, of course.
I'm not the technical.
No, I get you.
So both the HR department and the insurance company screwed that up.
They should never have accepted that.
Oh, okay. Well, what are you talking about?
They never should have.
2 people put down. You've seen the beneficiary. It's a line. Primary, secondary.
Or they add it up. If you're doing a couple primaries, they add them up, and it's got to equal 100%.
You could do, you could do a beneficiary as an LLC that has numerous members, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, that's how you would do that.
This is why thousands of
That's pretty crazy. But you've never seen that game, huh?
No, you know what I see is someone won't put anyone down on the life insurance.
Then everybody fights over it.
Well, then what happens, it goes now into the probate estate.
Because the beneficiary will, if my will says I
the
leave,
whole reason for having it is defeated because it goes to the estate.
if my will says I leave everything to Suzanne, but I set up my kid as a beneficiary on the life insurance,
it goes to him.
It overrides the will every time.
It doesn't. It's not that it overrides. It never meets the will.
Exactly.
Yeah, it never goes to.
Tom, right? Wow. Wow, what a senior moment that was.
Tommy's.
I have no
Tomos.
I swear to God, I've been in the middle of a sentence with Stephanie. I forgot who I was talking about. And I'm just doing this. She goes, Tom.
That's because you're thinking of something else. That's just deep thought.
No, I'm definitely having some.
Don't let it bother you.
Hi, Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. This hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. I was at his office yesterday doing some video shoots. We're going to do some presentations. And I talked to his staff. Oh, my God, these people, they're so good. And Frank is a man of faith. Now, I don't say that because I'm preaching to you, and I think you should, use that. But what I'm saying is because it truly... it's congruent with his life, which means he has a standard that he lives by when no one's looking. That's what I mean by that. That's the only thing I mean by that. Now, of course, other people could have that too. That's wonderful. And he absolutely believes in doing the best for others first. He is truly, if you want to define selfless, it's Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. I don't know if that matters to you, but it matters to me. 303-920-1622. 920-1622. I'm going to go to Doug now. On that other case, we're all shaking our heads. That attorney, I can only conclude that attorney is trying to run up the bill. I mean, because really there's no one to fight. The daughter, she's in harmony. The mom, who else? There's no other heirs. Nobody to say, hey! And so what the hell's going on? Doug? Hi, what's happening, Doug?
Morning, Tom. Let me tell you from the very beginning here, I belong to a union, and I've got my union president. He's trying to help me work this situation out.
Okay, that's good.
But what had happened is, after 9 years of dialysis, hemodialysis and PD dialysis, I was finally gifted with a kidney transplant.
Okay.
And what happened, I got the kidney transplant March 2nd. Went into the hospital March 1st, got the transplant March 2nd. Got out of the hospital about a week or so after that. Yeah. Was at home recuperating and everything.
Yeah.
I was involved in the American Kidney Fund. They were helping me make my payments for my health insurance that I had gotten through my job.
Okay.
And because I was disabled when I left my job, when I retired,
okay,
they allowed me to continue on with it.
Okay, so where do we stand right now? What's the problem?
What the problem is while I was in the hospital...
So you have your kidney now?
Yeah, I have my kidney.
How is that working? How is it working out, man?
Oh, it's working out real good.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Thank God I'm a quick healer.
Yeah.
And also, it's a gift.
Yes. Keeps on giving. If ever there was a gift that keeps on giving. So what can we do for you, though? What do you need?
Well, what happened was just a few days ago, on the 20th, I received a letter from my Health and Welfare Trust telling me that because the hospital did not submit a grant request to the American Kidney Fund, that my insurance payments had not been paid for 2 months. So
okay, this insurance payment.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you had this insurance?
Oh God, I worked.
Okay, good, a long time. And the premium is how much?
$323 a month.
Okay, and this monthly payment is made out of a trust. Is that right?
That's correct.
And where's this trust funded?
Well, it's through my union.
Okay, is it your pension? What is it exactly? Disability? Your pension. So pension goes into the trust makes payments. Is that set up on an auto payment system?
No.
How is it? How monthly is a payment normally made? On a good month, how does it work?
Okay, what I get every year, at the beginning of the year, I get these coupons.
Okay.
And during the time that I was on dialysis, I would send these coupons to the place where I was getting dialysis, the ones that were giving me not only...
Who set up the trust? Did the union?
No. It was the kidney dialysis clinic set me up with the American Kidney Fund.
With the fund? But the American Kidney Fund, is that what you're calling your trust? No. Well, okay. No. So the trust is all your money, and it's supposed to pay bills. Who is in charge of dispersing the payment?
Well, to cover my insurance while I was disabled.
So in other words, you normally made your payments out of the trust?
Yeah.
Out of the trust or out of your checking?
Out of my checking. I'm sorry, out of my checking.
So the trust was only set up for the time you were disabled?
No, it's for while I was working.
Okay.
Everyone contributed money into the trust.
I get it. To help you, right. So, Doug, here's what I'm trying to get at, okay? Well, the trust is one entity with money. Your checking account is another. Before the trust made payments, you wrote checks out of your checking account?
No, as long as I was working, the company took care of that.
Because it was a benefit?
Right.
Okay. And once you stopped working, how did you pay your monthly health insurance?
It was through the American Kidney Fund.
Okay.
The dialysis.
Okay. So after you stopped working, your monthly health premiums were made by the Kidney Fund. Where did they? So they have money they were giving you for your health insurance.
Well, it was a percentage of my health insurance they were paying.
They were paying part of it, and the other part was coming from your trust?
Yes.
Okay, so this trust people contribute to, and that was paying your premium. I know this is boring. I'm sorry. I need to get a picture because there's a reason I'm asking. So you have money in a trust that's supposed to help pay your premium. During the time the trust was not making the monthly premiums, how long was that time?
Well, from what I understand, it was April and May.
Okay, that's 2 months, right? 2 payments missed by trust. During that 2-month period, was the Kidney Fund making their share of the payment?
No. The problem was that the hospital that I was at was required to submit a grant request. They failed to do so.
So every time you had an expense, a request had to be made to your trust?
No, it was for the monthly payment of $323 a month.
Every month they had to submit a request.
Right.
Why is that?
That's the way the Kidney Fund set it up.
Okay. So they did not do it and your insurance lapsed. Your insurance should be reinstated.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to get.
All right, so hold on. Integra Insurance, let's talk about the process for reinstatement. I'm sorry, people, but here's the thing. There are lapses and there are lapses. If he had control of the funds, it would have been a different thing. If he was incapacitated and he can show he had no control over the situation, that's another. So thank you for hanging with me on that. 303-713-8255. Alan, what is your problem, Alan?
Hey, sorry, I need to get away from the noise. So we had 2 vehicles damaged in. Are you in a noisy environment? I'm having carpet and tile installed in my basement.
Because your phone is crystal clear, could not hear anything. That's amazing. So what's going on? You have a hail problem?
Yeah, we had 2 vehicles damaged in a hailstorm this week, and this is the first time ever for us. And I'm not sure if we should wait until hail season's over to make a claim with our insurance.
Well, you could if you can trick the adjuster, but what I'm saying is if you don't report it, and let's put it this way, you're supposed to pay a deductible for each and every incident. I would put in for it and have it done the right way. I would not do that because there's a chance that they can quibble over when it happened, and then you get into the question then, wait, how do I know it wasn't even before? To me, it's not worth it. But some people do that, and the adjuster comes and says, wait a minute, sometimes he'll say, all the cars in your neighborhood are damaged on this side, but you also have damage on the other side. And they see things. Others don't. They don't care. So it's really up to you, Alan. It's up to you. Okay. There's no real time limit. Well, I guess there is. Mark, do you know what the time limit is for making that hail claim? Isn't it a year? Yeah, so just be careful, Alan, especially if you're in another area. If they're really busy, they don't care, but sometimes they do. So it's a toss-up. It's really a toss-up. 303-713-8255.
Leave at like 10 to 12. So.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I want to make sure.
Tom, 1 minute. Raleigh House Long. Raleigh House Long. Be in pretty good shape.
Really quickly, when back in, it was like 2015 or 16, we had a big hailstorm over there in the tech center.
Got hit.
My car had $10,000 worth of damage. They took care of that. What I want to say is, I then started calling companies to fix it, and there were so many cars damaged. It was happened in September. I couldn't get in until February. They were everybody was so booked out. I actually, there were some companies where they sent people to town, legitimate people, to try to take care of the numbers, the vast numbers.
They sent people to do your hail damage or to...
no, they send it for help.
Yeah, but I got it done.
The Raleigh House is a treatment program for people in the Denver metro area and a little farther out. The Raleigh House was started on Raleigh Street. That's where the name came from. The Raleigh, like Raleigh, North Carolina, but it's Raleigh or Raleigh Street. The RaleighHouse.com. I want you to go to that website to find out about them. But this is not about them right now as much as the service they provide for anyone who is touched by addiction. Oh, they have beautiful facilities in the country. They have some urban settings. And they have a loving staff. But this number is not a sales job. This number is for you to ask, wait a minute, how do I know there's a problem? I noticed them doing this or this doing that. I noticed some marks on the skin, or I noticed this. Or how do I talk to them? How much does it cost? What is treatment? Does insurance cover it? What kind of program is out there? How does it differ from yours? Any questions? They will answer. Call as much as you want, and it's confidential. 720-730-9722. 720-730-9722.
You know, I'm making the assumption that policy is not ambiguous in any way. So, therefore, if it says if you don't make the payment, who would give a shit what the reason is? Wouldn't it be pretty straightforward? If you don't do this, you're canceled.
You would get several notices. Your premium hasn't been paid. So where did those notices
But really,
go?
the lapsing.
It doesn't, but it's still all his fault, though. I mean, I understand it's not, but it's still his fault.
Yeah. But if they were receiving those...
Crackerjack, mudjacking.com. Rather than try to explain what mudjacking is, because they say, mud, what, really, it's a system of lifting concrete that repairs about 98%, well, about 90% of the problems, okay? So, if you have a concrete problem, you think you have to remove and replace the slab like I did, you may not have to. They saved me 12 grand. All you have to do is call them, 303-410-7787. Concrete repair at its best, big or small, free estimates, crackerjackmudjacking.com.
Osteoarthritis is the #1 He sure had a complicated way how to go about it.
Oh my God, he was taking forever.
Fix the problem.
I just don't know what to do about this other thing. I want to mention I think it's a fucking kick in the balls.
You can't go down that road.
Because everybody's going to get hung up in it.
Boy, you're not kidding.
But it's
there,
abusive,
man.
Mark. It's fucking abusive.
Well, we
have to do something about it, damn it.
I don't know, man. It's
but
like
I think
anything
so-and-so doesn't want to really share in that.
No.
I know he doesn't.
No, some industries, though. It's not just that.
So, what if we went to whatchamacallit and the big guy, you have a conversation with him. We go to the big guy, and we say, look, we think you're not marking on this line.
Well, I think once we're up and running what we were talking about on home services, that would be the time to do it.
Let's do it after. Let's work. Because he can't take this.
Because that's where that is. We were talking about you. We didn't want you to hear us. He said, David doesn't even know my effing name anymore. What's going on with him?
I didn't know.
There are days when I don't know my name, so, get in line.
One time when you were out, him and I were doing the show, this woman calls and said how handsome David was. She was watching on
did
Facebook
not
or something.
ask her to do it.
I mean, it was legit. It was great.
We had a date. I met her on one of the dating sites, and we had a great time.
And she called the show.
Yeah.
And said how handsome he was. And of course, I'm thinking it's got to be a plant. Look at him.
No, I told
Come over and knock them around.
I told her to go and have her prescription checked out.
Stephanie said he was cute.
Get ready for the season.
She liked the bald head.
So
She could do her makeup if you went there like this. I have a picture. My dad is he's getting around 80. God, did he age in the last year, though?
I noticed this time more than ever.
It's like that.
He doesn't seem happy.
No, he was just depressed. I mean, the traveling in general really beat the shit out of him.
I think in general, he's not. He feels like he's losing it, so it's depressing. I'm Tom Martino. I want to talk to Jared over at Integra Insurance. Integra Insurance, as I said, we use people on our referral list at referralist.com as our experts. That's what they sign up for. They become our experts. They help us with problems, like David Salisbury today, the attorney in. So, Jared, a question about lapsing. We have had this for any number of reasons, and in general, lapsing of health insurance is a major problem. And is there any way back from a lapse, in general?
In general, no.
Why? If it wasn't your fault or something was spaced out, and let's say you had no claims, what would be wrong with reinstating?
It's but the insurance companies put it black and white. We deal with this every day. Is insurance companies, it's up to the consumer to follow up and make sure that premium was paid, and you get a 30-day grace period, and after that 30 days, they're pretty black and white. It's really hard to get it reinstated.
Okay, so you have to get a brand new policy, or will they reinstate it as of that day when you pay?
So if you do get reinstated, it's like you had the original policy.
What's that?
You have to pay back those months that you didn't pay.
Okay, but if you pay back those months, its coverage starts, though.
No, the coverage he's basically saying is continuous if they reinstate you.
Either they reinstate you or they don't. So if they don't, you get a new policy. So, hold on a second. I want to talk to the consumer, Doug. Doug, now this is complicated. I'll make it simple. Doug had a trust that people could donate to, and that trust made payments to his premiums. Okay?
Okay.
And it was a supplemental plan, I believe. Is that right, Doug? To supplemental to your Medicare?
Yeah.
So you're 60 what?
No. Because of the kidney failure, I'm 62.
Okay, you have SSDI?
Yeah.
So you're on Social Security disability.
Mm-hmm.
So what premium were you paying?
Well, from the time that I became disabled, I had been working with the American Kidney Fund.
I understand. What health insurance, Doug? What health insurance?
Kaiser.
Kaiser? Okay.
Yeah.
So you have Medicare on Kaiser. Is that right? Okay. How does that work, Jared? Do you know?
Oh, what he is he forfeited his A and B over to Kaiser.
Yeah, I get it. I had that choice too.
Yes, and then now it's a Medicare Advantage plan.
Can that lapse?
Yeah, if he does not pay the premium, yes.
Well, then we're all entitled to Social Security, so what happens then? Does he get Social Security during that time, or Medicaid?
Well, that's what I was going to ask. He might still have the A and B.
That's right, because Doug, when you're a senior, and those listening, by the way, you have a choice of keeping the A and B as it is and buying a supplemental, or surrendering that premium to the insurance company, and then Social Security pays a Kaiser for you, and then you pay the difference. Is that how it works, Jared?
Correct.
Now, but then you're under Kaiser rules. Now, Jared, when I met with John, he recommended that I don't do that. He likes Medicare A and B along with a supplemental. Is that generally the advice you give clients?
Yes, because of your options. You have a network. You have a bigger nationwide network where you.
But I also know if you are covered by Social Security, you're covered by Social Security. So, Doug, you're going to, for example, if it was lapsed, they're not going to throw a senior citizen out or someone on Social Security out because the supplemental, or not the supplemental, but the other plan is out, you still revert back to original Social Security, I think.
Right, I do have that. I have the Medicare. I got Medicare A and B.
Well,
I still need the supplemental.
Well, Doug, now you're speaking completely differently. What I asked you was, okay, you're not speaking differently, but I think you're misunderstanding. You surrender A and B when you allow an private insurance company to take over your coverage. Did you know that?
No.
Well, Jared, is it possible you had A and B and Kaiser was a supplemental?
Supplemental. No, Kaiser's Medicare Advantage.
Is it Medicare Advantage? Doug.
Yeah, so it's Medicare Advantage. So you use Kaiser. Kaiser does not offer like a G or an F.
Oh, they don't. Okay. So Jared, Doug, here's the bottom line. Okay, you did not have A and B while you have Kaiser. Do you understand that?
Well, let me explain more, Chief.
No, we're not going to. Doug, this is too complicated. I'm going to have you talk to Jared at Integra Insurance. Jared, you guys are so kind to help off the air. And here's the bottom line, okay? We're going to ask you to explain to him what coverage he still does have. Doug, listen, I can't take any more time. Let me explain this to you. Whether or not you know it, Kaiser does not offer a supplemental. Kaiser offers what's called Kaiser Medicare Advantage. That means you surrender your Medicare, right? You surrendered it. When they did not pay Kaiser, it lapsed. When it lapsed, you're still covered by Medicare, okay? So Jared will walk you through this and get you covered where it's supposed to be covered. You may have a little more copay. Okay, Simon, go ahead, Simon. I have to buy a lot of lunches if these guys decide to come in for Common Man because I went over 5 minutes. Simon? What's happening with you?
Basically, we bought a T-Mobile phone, the Apple iPhone 8 Plus.
Yeah, I love the 8 Plus.
Like buy one, get one free. We used it as our backup.
Wait a minute. Did you really get one and one free?
They tie it to a contract.
They tied it to a contract, but turned out that their service sucked back in Nebraska for one of our employees.
It's still a good deal.
Canceled,
yeah, okay.
We had to buy it out.
I mean, if you have coverage, it's a good deal. So where do we stand right now? How do we help you?
I've tried to get them to release the phone. It was never activated on their network.
Which phone? And the extra phone? You mean neither one or one?
Yeah, basically we bought 4 phones. One of them we never activated on there. We just used the SIM card on another phone.
Okay.
And was just using that as an emergency backup one in case we dropped and broke.
So you're dropping T-Mobile, but you were tied to a contract.
And we paid it out, too.
Okay. What was the penalty, out of curiosity? How much?
We had to pay for the phones in full, is what it was.
Okay.
But
then they should unlock them.
Yeah, and I've gone in about 6 times and tried different things. And
why aren't they unlocking?
What are they saying, man?
They said since it wasn't, there's like something goofy with how it wasn't activated on their network ever at all, that it's kind of in limbo. And there's, basically they send it to their unlocking department. You got to wait.
Wait a minute. They have a point. If it was never, ever, ever activated, then it seems to me they can unlock something they never locked. Hold on. We'll explore it.
This report.
I think we have a T-Mobile.
Budget A1 short. Budget A1 short.
I sued them, Do me a favor, Susanna. Let's try to get someone to address T-Mobile. Do we have any cell phone experts? Well, we need one. Damn it, get one. We don't have anybody like that. Then we know about that unlock. Mark, my subwoofer. I plug it and turn it on. The light doesn't come on. Does it have an internal fuse? I hate to buy a whole new one, but it's fucking dead. What kind is it? True Audio, TRU. How big is it? Wow. Well, it's like this. It's not that big. Okay. That's, yeah, I mean, it's just, it's a normal stuff. Okay. That's the whole box. But here's the deal, okay? Here's another thing.
Plus, it comes in a variety of colors, so you can get the right finish in a single afternoon. Try one. Today we spray.
Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair has a crazy deal. That reminds me of Crazy Eddie back in New York. But this is true. Mark Machowski, who you can trust, I've known him for years, been on my referral list at referrallist.com for years. They're on South Santa Fe, just south of Dartmouth, okay? Now, here's what they do. They will remove your transmission, open it up, and give you an exact estimate of everything you need. Why? Because they want to do the work, right? But they're going to do it free. So even if you don't get the work done, that estimate is free, okay? And if you do have the work done, they're not going to back charge you. If you take it somewhere else, still free. 303-781-9858. 303-781-9858.
Or looking for a job, or just wanting to feel younger. For guys, it's really important.
How you doing, Dan?
Doing good.
Did you get through your divorce?
The issue is losing
No?
the front or top of your head while still
How long's it been going on?
What are we talking about?
A little embarrassed about this.
Oh, okay.
We
No,
don't have a
no. It's fine. No, I was just asking. You don't owe me anything.
Yeah,
You know what we want? We want a fucking report.
Oh, it's a weird one. Yeah, now I know you.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No,
I asked.
no, you're fine.
Okay. I always talk about my eyes and my new lenses and how much I absolutely love Icon Eye Care. But not everyone needs new lenses completely. By the way, that focus near and far. Sometimes you just need a little LASIK to touch up, and they do great low-cost LASIK, the first low-cost LASIK place ever. But also they do eye care, iconeyecare.com, ICON, iconeyecare.com. Several locations, wonderful people. 866-GOT-ICON is the number.
I'm going to tell you something personal.
So you didn't have cataracts, you just had
Lenses put in.
lenses put in.
Because I wanted to be able to focus near and far
Right.
without monovision. I
What
wanted
kind, you know, my girlfriend just had both hers done, but that was for beginning of cataracts.
I understand,
And
but
she
she had
got
a
the
choice.
symphony.
That's what she, so she can focus.
Oh,
That's what he's got.
That's
Oh,
what I
she loves them.
Now there's
They were
crystals.
cheap.
How long has she had them?
No.
Several months.
It took him like 6 months before, I mean, really. He was wearing some readers for a little bit. I haven't seen him in readers forever.
You know what? Let me tell you about readers. If it's tiny, I can't read. But that's even like before almost.
Yeah.
To understand the T-Mobile problem, Mark, listen. The guy bought 4 phones, paid for them on T-Mobile. Did he already come on the air? Oh, I didn't hear him come on the air.
And he canceled, pay everything in full.
He paid everything in
One phone
full,
was
never
never
got,
activated.
and now he can't get it switched from
He can't get it
T-Mobile, unlocked from T-Mobile to. I could try to get an Angel, but I mean, I wonder, why doesn't he just activate the effing phone for a minute? Why doesn't he just activate it with T-Mobile for a day? Have him for
But here's the number of
$5.
questions. Did the other ones get transferred?
It sounds like it.
And you get
But don't you think that's a good question? Why doesn't he just activate it?
You know what?
Something sketch,
That could be
David.
the answer.
Roadside assistance anytime you need it. That's Pro Auto Care in business.
Okay, let's
27
see
years
here.
now.
But
Pro
is
Auto
she on
in
Medicaid
Denver,
or Medicare?
Pro
Your
Auto.
girlfriend?
And the
Oh,
website
no.
Oh, so she had to pay it all.
No, she is on Obamacare.
Do they give her a little bit for?
Oh, no, they paid. Well, she has, she has insurance too.
But did she pay? She paid a little out of pocket, right?
Oh, yeah, she had to pay her deductible, and then the lenses weren't covered because they would have covered the normal lenses, but not these.
So
we
maybe
paid
a couple grand.
We paid like a couple grand each.
That's what Icon says. Couple grand.
That's not bad.
No.
For having
Online at Dobbs Garage Doors.
Respect your sibling.
In my own home, I
Yeah.
have my own designated
Go
space
in,
to smoke.
come out.
Did
My
she both eyes-
grandfather,
Both eyes at the same time?
no.
They won't do that.
When my grandfather had his cataracts out, we went up to see him. Now we're
You don't
talking
get
early
cataracts out.
60s.
You don't get cataracts out.
He means his
So
lens.
he, they put covered
Starting to sound like me.
so he could not move his head at all.
Of course not.
And see, nowadays you go in, it costs, I think it took 45 minutes per eye.
Isn't that insane?
Mine was 15. No, wait.
Once they prepped her and
LASIK
everything,
you thought about or the lens?
the lenses.
To get to my lens exchange, I was in and out in a half hour for one.
45 minutes.
But they don't do them at the same time.
No.
Frank Durant, the That's what Mark means. It took me 3 months for one eye to get really good after it was done. So
He was, at first, he was like, he wasn't
Yeah, I
quite
know.
sure.
And then I said, you know, I'm not going to have the other one done right now.
She did say with light, for like the first month or two, there was like a halo she would see. So she just put sunglasses on and
Yeah, I don't see halos, but I see angels.
But she sees.
Just from LASIK, I still see halos. That was 23 years ago.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-8255. And I love talking about great people. I love it. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Genesis, just remember that. Genesis as in the book of Genesis or the beginning. That's because he does projects from beginning to end and holds your hand. All the exterior stuff, as the name implies, GenesisTotalExteriors.com, but he does kitchens and baths as well and finished basements. Okay. That's GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Now, Simon, I got a couple questions for you. This is a little odd. So, the phones that were activated on T-Mobile, they were transferred out to another carrier with no problem. Is that right?
Yeah, they were unlocked to where you could put any SIM card in them.
But
the carrier was unlocked.
One that was never activated, why can't, have you tried taking it to another carrier, the same one, and just say, here, it's a brand new phone. I bought it on the internet. I mean, if you bought a brand new...
I've talked to Apple about it, and I've talked to... And they said that it has to be done...
No, I'm talking about the carrier, okay? If you took it to a carrier, who's your carrier, your new one?
Verizon.
Okay, bad choice in my opinion because they have too many people in their store. They have great services coverage, but the traffic is crazy for me. I love AT&T now. But, okay, so you go to Verizon with the phone, say you bought it on the internet. What would they tell you?
They'll put a SIM card in it, and then they say that it's T-Mobile locked, and I have to go to T-Mobile to get it unlocked.
Now, what if you activate month to month on T-Mobile for 1 month?
I've tried to do that, and then it still is associated with the original account, and it still is in limbo.
What does that mean?
I've tried it about 6 times.
Just activate the damn thing and cancel it. What?
Yeah, it's something where they verify that it's not a stolen or lost phone is what it is.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to beg people. We have a big voice, and I'm hoping it's somebody listening live right now, which is, of course, May 29, 2019 at 10:55 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. I would love for someone to call us, please, who knows about cell phones. We don't have an expert. Believe it or not, on our referral list, we don't have one expert that knows about this. Now, we have a listener, iTed. Would he know? Is this an iPhone?
He would be a good one to reach out to. Apple is so protective of their phones, Tom. It's tough. So I'll ask him.
Well, we're not trying to jailbreak it. We're just trying to get a carrier.
Exactly, right.
Now, Mark, is there a such thing as a phone that can go to any carrier, or do we still have the GMA and TDM?
Yeah, there's 2 different kinds here, but like most of the iPhones, the newer ones do both. Okay. So he should be able to move it to Verizon.
He should be. Are you still there, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's get your number, and we'll call you right back. But you listen. We're going to ask, please. I know I have smart listeners, okay? Call this number, you'll get right through. 303-MARTINO, okay? Because that one has almost unlimited lines. You'll get through. 303-627-8466. And by the way, if you are listening, podcast, streaming, and all that, you can call that 24/7. Leave your number, we'll get back to you. It's a sure place on the show. A sure place, okay? So let's do it. 303-MARTINO. I need to know about cell phones. We're devastated here. We don't have any idea why they can't transfer that phone. Remember, he bought it through T-Mobile, never activated it on T-Mobile. Now everyone's saying it's locked. T-Mobile says we can't unlock it because we never activated it. Pooh-hoo, pooh-hoo. Jeff, what's going on? Jeff?
Yes, hi. Hey,
hi, man. What's happening?
Well, I'd like to get your opinion. We paid over $400 for my son to undergo driver's education at the Western Slope Drivers Institute in Littleton. And my son showed up for the lesson, but discovered that his driver permit had expired. And as a result, they charged an $80 no-show fee due to the expired permit. And
So don't you feel, first of all, they should disclose cancellation fees, but they have a right, certainly, they blocked out the time to get something. It's not their fault that the permit expired, right? I mean, how are you thinking? Like, let me see your perspective.
Yeah, no, absolutely, I agree with that. But my wife was who handled the transaction at the time, and what happened was she had some conflict with the lady there at the office. I think it was a personality conflict, or she felt she was rude. Regardless, my wife...
All right, hold on. We have 10 seconds, so I'm going to come back to you. I'm Tom Martino. More coming up on the Troubleshooter Network.
If you've been hurt in an automobile accident or in any other way and you're wondering, is this what I have to look forward to? Missing work, pain, missing vacations, not being able to do stuff around the house, and who pays? John Fuller is someone you should talk to. Free of charge, complimentary. If he takes the case, it's only payable if he wins, and it's a small percentage of what he collects. Why should you be the one to suffer? 303-597-4500. 597-4500.
You know, Dan, I said I wouldn't ask you anymore, but are you all fighting over her
No,
clothes?
no, we haven't even started.
You're not fighting over her clothes?
Clothes. They're fighting over the dog. He wants the front half. She wants the ass end. How about, do you remember Seinfeld when they had the bike?
Oh, yeah.
And Newman came up with the decision.
Were you a Seinfeld guy?
Oh, yeah. They wanted to cut the bike in half, but then the one said, no, you keep it. I'd much rather the bike not be destroyed.
That's an old Solomon. That's King Solomon.
Oh, yeah, but this was Newman.
Yeah.
Similar.
I did the same thing with clients one time. There was a probate, and the kids, there were like 5 kids, and they were all fighting about this and that. And so the person representative called me one day and said, we need to have a meeting. I'm like, about what? Well, we're fighting about some personal property. So they all come in, and what they're fighting about is their dad used to ride motorcycles, and he had this, I mean, beat up leather jacket. No value. Well, one of the kids wanted it as a remembrance, and the other one just didn't want her to have it. So I looked at them and I said, do you have the jacket with me? They said, no. I said, tell you what, let's reconvene. You bring the jacket. I'm going to go to my office. I'm going to get a pair of scissors, and I'm going to cut it in half, and each of you can have half. The Solomon story. So he looks at me because he's the asshole and goes, okay, she can just have it. You know, I'd embarrassed him. I mean, he looked like an idiot. But
what were they arguing over? I was not.
Motorcycle jacket.
Leather, a motorcycle jacket. I mean, it was a piece of crap, but I understand that. My mother gave me stuff from my father because she knew.
I have never gotten attached ever in my life to a material thing, ever.
Your airplane.
Even from no, not emotionally though, Mark. I love it. Even from your the air coupe, kind of. You don't have any remembrance of your mom's stuff? No, nothing that really means, no. I mean, I like the photos and stuff, but
I've got something from my grandfather I really like.
I don't really, if it wouldn't be anything I would fight over with anything.
I wouldn't fight over it, but I certainly have things, grandfather, father, that I find very important.
I often wondered about memorabilia. You know, like something that is dear to you. Do you have stuff? Yeah, well, like I say, a trunk we used to play and whatever. See, it bothers me that I don't. It makes me feel like weird that people do that. I don't. It doesn't.
And sometimes the dumbest little things are what you want, right? Because there's a remembrance there, something that happened.
I wish I can't think of one. Yeah, one. Isn't that terrible that death brings out the worst in people?
Sometimes.
A lot of times you're right. Right.
No, it doesn't all the time. Most people hear me.
David probably wouldn't hear from those where there's no problem.
No, I bet most of your clients there's no infighting, right?
No.
And it's usually not money, because money could be split, but it's
right.
The other stuff.
How often do you get something with multiple children and it's an uneven split? Does that happen more than we think, or is it generally?
Oh yeah, it happens because you have situations where, like my mother was going to leave me more. She's still alive, but she was going to give me more to my sister. Because every time she was sick back in Virginia, I didn't give a shit what was going on. I'm on the plane, I'm there, I stay, and my sister kind of, like very nonchalant about it. She's a lot closer to my mother than I am. And so my mother told her, David, every time I needed him, he was there. And she said, and my sister's like, I understand.
I bet a lot of times, too, a kid gets a lot more while they're alive. In other words, they borrow a lot of money where the other kid doesn't.
Well, and what you do is, you say in the will.
They're basically getting their inheritance before they're dead.
So that's fair. Some kids get all the money for education, and
But
the
if there's no
and the other
agreement,
ones don't go.
that's a good one. If there's no agreement to borrow,
evenly
like you said, and another guy got a lot, would the estate have to take that out of his share?
If that's what the will says. Now
But
you're
if
going to say, you say, how do you prove there's a loan, right?
Right. Necessary. Plus, it comes in a variety of colors, so you can get
Yeah,
the
but
right.
I'm on.
Have to do. Try lock.
They say it's a gift, huh?
Excel Roofing and Jay Bretts. I stand behind both, especially Jay. Now, our kids were born, both of them, like next to each other and within days, and we have been friends for many, many years, and I've observed him, and I'm telling you, as a person, he runs his business the way he believes, and that is straightforward, don't punish anyone, be completely transparent. This is how it is. You get a price from him detailing everything, and there's no hidden agenda. He doesn't meet secretly with the adjuster. So what you do is you get that price, and it's firm. And then he never collects a penny until the entire job is done. And they even have a service department, not just for his warranty work, but he has people that he services. So if you want to look at your roof, he'll do it. If you want to repair it, if you want a brand new roof, whatever it is, 303-761-6400. He has done 3 roofs for me. ExcelRoofing.com, Excel as in excellent, ExcelRoofing.com, 303-761-6400.
Insurance presents.
Limu, there's a woman threatening to sign for generic car insurance.
These are the dumbest commercials. With the emu. I mean, just stupid.
Mutual customizes your car insurance.
What, are you saying you don't like emus?
I'm scared of them.
Don't thank us.
They're clowns.
But also
I was having lunch with some people one time, and they were talking about circus, and I got real.
what you need at LibertyMutual.com. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company.
I fucking hate circus.
Do you really?
No. And they were like, what?
Oh,
and I was just like,
nothing changing. You know, when we were kids, clowns, I mean, there was no fear of clowns when we were kids. Yeah. I mean, was there? I mean, I don't remember.
So you have no power to it at all?
My son saw that movie.
No. And I tried different chords and different outlets, okay? And it's just that it has to be like an internal fuse.
Why were clowns so popular when we were kids?
I have another
I used to go to the circus every year when it came into town, and sometimes my parents would take me down to the railway station, because that's how they would come in, and they would have a little parade from there to the state or to the place they were performing. So, yeah, it's kind of
There's definitely an internal fuse. I just can't find the location of it. On most of them, not this brand, but on all the other ones, it's a simple inline fuse, man. Looks like a car fuse. Old car that you can change. Yeah.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK is our number. Our guest is David Salisbury, attorney at law, who does probate, inheritance, heirs, estate planning, trusts, and all of that. So if you have any problems, questions, or complaints relating to his field, call about anything. We are here to help, okay? So that's what we do each and every day. You can find out more about us. Just go to referralist.com, hit About Us, and learn about us, really. It's worth it. We've been around a long, long time. 40 years. More than 40 years, but like nearly 40 years in Denver alone. Okay, so now, I have something I want to get people who've been waiting. Then I have something I want people to troubleshoot. And Dustin, if you call back, I will take you immediately because you held and got off and blah, blah, blah. But Jeff says, okay, he went to a driving school. Right off the bat, his wife didn't get along with one of the ladies there, but I don't know how that matters in this case. But here's the deal. When he showed up for his class, the kid, his son, his permit had expired, so they couldn't do the lesson. Therefore, they charged him a cancellation fee. That's it in a nutshell. Jeff, so now what?
So, my wife had this conflict with a person, and she wrote a negative online review regarding her experience. And after that review, when we came back to the company for for the service, she, for the driver's education, the lady said that they were not going to go through with the, refuse to render the service, the driver's lesson, due to the negative review.
Wait a minute. You just told me they couldn't do it because of the permit.
Right, and then when we got the permit renewed and we're going to go back to get it rescheduled, they said we won't reschedule you because you wrote us a negative review.
Oh, okay. So what's the problem? Go somewhere else. Why the hell would you want to go there? Besides, you should go to Master Drive anyway. They're the best.
Because they already paid for it, I think.
Well, then, obviously.
They're refusing service for something that was paid for.
Well, they're obviously going to give a refund, or are they saying we're going to keep your money?
That's exactly what they're saying.
Wait a minute. I don't believe you, Jeff. You're telling me that not only did you pay a cancellation fee, but no, they're saying what?
We didn't pay the cancellation fee yet. We were going to.
How much is that? Hold on. How much is the cancellation fee?
$80.
How much did you pay for the whole course? $400?
Over $400. I don't know the exact amount. My wife has that.
They should take the $80. Did they offer to subtract the $80 cancellation fee and give you the balance?
No, they didn't. They won't do that.
And you're telling now this. I will put them out of business if they say they don't want you. I don't care. That's fine. But if they're saying we're not going to teach you, plus we are going to keep your money, no, we're going there.
Here's what they're saying. This is my guess. I'm not saying it's right. They're saying, hey, we had a reservation, a spot for this class. He showed up. He didn't have a valid permit, so therefore he couldn't do it. Too bad, so sad, you lose your money.
Wait a minute, but he just told me there's an $80 fee, so that would do it. You don't just lose all of your money. Now, was it all going to be accomplished in one day?
No, it was a 6-hour course.
Yeah, Mark,
3 days or so.
So did they...
I bet you that's where they're coming from, though. They're saying they reserved a spot, he couldn't do it, and they pissed him off.
Yeah, but Mark, I can see missing the spot truly if they missed it completely.
I'm going to call them.
If their policy, Mark, is like in a gun class. Remember, you missed the class, they held it open for you. If you missed it, I mean, yes, you should be charged for that block of time if the guy's sitting around on his hands, if it's their policy, but you better be advised of that. But, Jeff, you're telling me they said it's only $80 for missing, right?
Yeah, $80, and then that's their standard fee. I understand that, but then when we came back to complete the course, to reschedule it, she said, we're not going to render the service to you because...
I understand. But did they say you're not getting your money back?
Yes. Oh, so let me tell you...
I want to hear what he said. Tell me what's the name of the school?
It's Western Slope Drivers Institute.
Where is it?
Well, they have various locations, but the Littleton office is the one that we...
Western Slope what?
Drivers Institute.
I am telling you, I will dedicate myself to putting them out of business if they are keeping your money and not rendering service, unless it was non-refundable, you clearly knew it, and you violated the contract by not having a valid permit. That, I'm saying if there was a cancellation fee of $80, but they're still keeping the rest of your money, then they are absolutely dead wrong. But, Jeff, I get pissed off when I don't hear everything. So you're telling me that's the whole story?
No, it's not the whole story.
All right, what's the whole story? Western Slope Drivers Institute.
Yeah. So to be fair, after weeks went by, I texted her, said, I'm willing to take down my wife take down the negative review, pay the $80, and go ahead and have the driver's deal done, which she refused to do that. And so then later, I then contracted with another company to get the driver's thing done, which we did do, or in process of doing right now, as a matter of fact. And she did say, well, if you take the negative review down and you do the $80 penalty, then your son could go ahead and go through after weeks.
So now
later.
hold on. Okay, but here's the deal. The $80, they should not make that a requirement that you take down the review. Now, Jeff, I can't Now you got a problem. You went ahead and got the education. Now you're telling me you don't want the service. Okay.
No, because I already paid for it.
I know, but
she still won't refund my money now, even though when I told her that.
Okay. Because she's offering you the service. This is a bad pissing match, okay? You need to take her to small claims court and let a judge sort it out, but we want to call. I want Mark to call. Because it's not fair. They offered to give you the course weeks later, right? But I'm telling you that the mere fact that they are giving you this hard of a time, Western Slope Drivers Institute, just by what you're telling me, should be avoided at all costs.
What location?
I am so pissed off. Is this Platte Canyon? Where is this? County Line Road? Where?
Littleton at Bowles and Coal Mine. No, Bowles and...
they don't... Okay, I don't see a location.
Platte Canyon?
Bowles and Platte Canyon. Yeah, Bowles and Platte Canyon. Littleton.
Okay, that's the one at 720. I want you to call this, Suzanne.
Well, don't... Yeah, let me call before you give it out, or else I won't get through.
You don't think people have Google? Western Slope Driving Institute in on Platte Canyon. This is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard, that someone would get in a pissing match like this with a customer. So even if they're right, they're wrong. However, I want to get their side of the story, because, Jeff, when you went away and they said they would not do it, okay, they would not do it, and they're going to keep your money, how long did it take? Did they call you back and say, oh, by the way, we will do it now? Or how did that reconnection happen?
Well, yeah, so about 3 weeks went by. She told me she couldn't talk and deal with me at this time because her son was graduating.
Then what?
So she couldn't deal with it. And so then finally I waited. I put a question mark on my text.
Okay.
And then she didn't get back to me. Finally, I called her, got her on the phone, and she said, oh, I'll call you back in 30 minutes. So she called me back, and she said, well, we'll go ahead and if you take down the drivers, this is 3 weeks later, after the incident happened, we'll take down the, we'll give you the 80, pay the $80, and we'll have your son take down the negative post, and we'll have your son, do the driver's thing.
And what did you say?
I can't do that because I already paid another company because too much time has passed.
Yeah.
And you initially told me you were not going to give me the money back. So
okay.
I scheduled with another company. She said, well, I'm not going to give you your money back.
There's a tiny... Now, wait. Did you schedule with another company, or did you do another company?
No, we did. We paid. And
I didn't... No. See, Jeff, don't fricking mess around what I'm asking. Did you accomplish the course or just pay for it? Because you could have canceled that course.
No, we had already paid for it, and we already had one session completed with my son.
All right. Then you were involved already. Okay.
Yeah.
So, there's a little bit of wrong with you, like not bugging them, but I can't say there's a lot wrong with you, because these people, it sounds, if what you're telling me is true, I mean, how the hell are you supposed to just hang on with bated breath, hoping to get the money back? Make sure Mark relates this in the proper way, because I'm telling you, I'm going to ask everyone to go on and review them. Because this is wrong, okay? You don't control reviews and refuse service because you don't like a review. What did the review say that you didn't like, that she didn't like? What did it say?
Well, I think my wife, to sum it up, I think she said something. It's on Yelp. She said the lady was rude, didn't like the way she handled things. She was annoyed when we showed up 10 minutes early. They accused her of leaving my son by himself, and she had actually walked into the office, given the permit to the lady. The lady didn't notice right away that the permit had expired. My wife left, and then they called and said, "Hey, we can't do your son's driving lesson because the permit's expired." And she just didn't like the way it was handled, and she was upset about it. So
and for them to cancel and to keep your money, I'm sorry, but now I'm looking at the Yelp reviews, okay, and they're good. No, they're not. They're not good. I'm sorry.
They're all about being rude too.
No, they're not good, actually.
That's kind of funny.
No, the other ones are good.
I already left her a message. We'll see.
Okay, people, I think you ought to let... I get a feeling that she's going to be a bitch. I just get that feeling.
Yeah, give the number out
because of the reviews. I think that you should ask them why they feel... Now, they're going to say, well, we offered to give the class, but how many weeks later was that, Jeff?
At least 3 weeks later.
Yeah, 3 weeks later, my ass.
Call me back because of
so remember, folks, Don't let her wiggle out of this. She took $400 from this guy and wants to charge him $80. Now, that's fine. I am fine with her charging the $80. But then for her to refuse to give the class plus keep the money, and then 3 weeks later say, we changed our mind, we will give you the class, that you know what? Unless you're an out lying pig, I think this is unacceptable at all. And their other reviews aren't glowing, so I'm going to kind of lean in your direction. Western Slope Driving Institute, it's the shops at Columbine Valley, is that right? Yes. Yeah. 720-283-7483. You know what? You don't do business like that unscathed. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Tom,
No, you know what? I would be so freaking...
Denver egress short.
Oh, I would be so pissed. I'm right with you, man. You know what? You know, I put...
I doubt he'll hear back.
4 of the reviews are because of Rude.
4.
Southbound T25, approaching I-25. Right lane blocked.
Yeah, but rude is not. People say Tom. I don't. No. Not. Listen, I'm a different thing. First of all, I'm not serving people, but I'll tell you what. I fucking hate rude. I hate it. Now, you know.
And 3 of them put her name in.
Good. Where are they, Dan? I can't find them.
Okay, well, the very first one, I looked up.
630 K House. Krylon Fusion, all-in-one spray paint.
Driver's education.
Mile High Driver Training. I only see Mile High.
Littleton.
Necessary. Plus, it comes in a
Western Slope Driving Institute, Littleton.
Okay.
Then go to the website.
Let's talk about Denver egress window. You may not know what egress window means. It's the window well, the escape window. And Denver egress window does it better than anyone. In fact, they specialize in it. I've known the Senate family for years and years. Use DenverEgressWindow.com. They can rebuild your old ones to make them look beautiful. They can put in brand new ones where one never existed. 720-626-4221. 720-626-4221.
One retirement fear is running out of money. Hi.
After Western Slope Driving Institute, Littleton, then just go to the Yelp reviews there.
If you're concerned how long
Doreen's a joke, this one said.
call 720-488-8604.
What does it say?
Doreen is a joke. She was rude and abrasive. This isn't her. This was back in
The owner,
Denver.
Buddy
Needless to say,
Mitchell.
I booked
I know
this
Buddy. I know Simply Floors. I know the company. I know you will save money.
Some people should just truly not be in
depending on floor coverings.
business.
Floor coverings are fine.
I know.
Everyone says
That's
the
right,
same.
Mark.
So it all comes down to 2 things only about this: price and then the service, because installation is critical. Buddy is at the top when it comes to installation and at the bottom when it comes to price. Just what you want. SimplyFloorsInc.com to make your own appointment. That's SimplyFloorsInc.com.
What kind of person would I be if I exposed my family and pet to unnecessary chemicals? Hey, it's Ross, and let's
So
just
you
say
gotta get a 1-star,
and I
you
don't
get a
have
5,
to,
or
thanks to Be Green Carpet Cleaning. They get the job done.
That's
They're
always
organic and
questionable.
natural ingredients.
If you're either 1-star or 5-star.
I think Tom's going to get the results he wants. Do you ever worry about saying, I'm going to ruin their business?
No. What did I say? I said, this is the way to do business. I will dedicate myself to putting them out of business.
Okay.
Yes. Then I say, if what you're telling me is true, or I say, in my opinion, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I've heard it is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I have been around. I'm not saying you're a genius, but I'm pretty much.
No, I'm not questioning you. I'm just saying, I was just.
No, I have heard it all, and you just have to do it in a way that's accurate first, and not malicious. 303-690-0100.
And you have the right to take his words at face value. I mean, you don't have to.
There we go. Thank you.
Most of the time.
Go to Casper.com now and enjoy free shipping and returns on mattress orders. Additional fees may apply for Alaska and Hawaii. Terms and conditions apply.
Seeing is believing. Hello, I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino, and Icon Eye Care made me.
I only see 2, 1, 2, 3 1-stars. Where's the other 1-star?
That's the 3 that were 1-star.
Then there's 1 glowing report.
There's 2 glowing reports.
Remember the Russian that left his own review for the pawn store and actually signed it with his own name? It was so funny.
So the two other reviews not recommended, Tom?
Game changer.
You know, where they're all both 1 star
I
too.
don't miss it, and I don't feel deprived. I've lost 37 pounds.
Dave, what's that
If
now?
you go to the two other reviews that are not currently recommended, those are both 1 star. I don't know what is it. Why do they recommend and non-recommend?
Because it's not credible. They have an algorithm, right, Mark? An algorithm.
No, it's a patented algorithm.
You're always so excited.
This is the best product I've ever tried.
Are you saying, Dave?
Maybe.
Guys, do you want to curb your appetite, lose fat?
Oh, Mark, I had somebody in the office who came from Tom and loved Tom, but she said, I love Mark. He's like a wild man. And I'm like, well,
Wait a minute. Aren't you sure they said they like Mark?
They said they like you. They love me. Let's not get any of this confused.
yeah, I mean, how can you
What
trust
they
me?
say about
I
Dan?
don't even know his name.
They said Dan is cool and stuff.
And stuff, and he makes a great sandwich.
No, he eats a good sandwich.
Okay, listen to this, okay?
This is the driving school, Western Slope Driving Institute in Littleton. By the way, I don't want to besmirch the others, but this story is right in line with the reviews. Okay, this guy said they paid more than $400 for a 6-hour course. When they got there, the kids' permit was expired. They were charged an $80 cancellation fee, which, by the way, I agree with and they agree with. But they posted a negative review because of how she acted. Therefore, the people refused to render service. I agree with that too if they want to. That's fine. But Western Slope Drivers Institute in Littleton, Colorado, not only refused to give the course, they refused to give any money back. Even if they deducted the $80 cancellation, they refused to give the rest back. Then 3 weeks later, after he hounds her, she says, okay, we'll give you the course, but you got to take down the review. Okay? Now, let me tell you about some of their reviews. Here's one from Stacy. I would highly recommend you don't send your kid to this driving school. The lady, Doreen, at the desk is very rude. Now, this is going to be a lesson on how one person can ruin a business. Doreen, okay? So Doreen, isn't there a song, Doreen? Maybe not. Doreen took a copy of my son's permit, and then I left my son there for a driving lesson. Then later, they noted it expired. Okay, so this is the one we're talking about. Now, let's go on to, and she was very rude, blah, blah, blah. Here's the next one. No relation to them. Doreen is a joke. She's rude and abrasive and lies. Needless to say, I booked elsewhere. I recommend you do too. Now, this is Western Slope Drivers Institute in Littleton, 720-283-7483. I say, why be in business if you hate people, if you're a bitch, if you don't like to deal with people? Okay? Why? That's all I ask. Why? Here's another one. What a complete disaster. Cannot reach the company. Their voicemail is full. Had to cancel. When I called back at another location, I was told the cancellation fee is $80. Okay, that's fine, right? Okay, it goes on. They are disgusting. Doreen is the poorest excuse I have ever dealt with. She is an unprofessional person, and her staff is ridiculous. The woman had to call me back at work 3 times to get the credit card right. Do yourself a favor and steer clear. No pun intended. And we have more. Very rude. Doreen, $100 down is non-refundable. Here's another one. Worst experience ever. The owner is downright mean and cursed me out. Driving teacher made my child cry and would not give a refund. Can you spell bitch? Yes, you can. D-O-R-E-E-N. Okay? Ouch! Okay, now here's the next. I was told by police officers I should never go there. Do not do this. They are putting unsafe teens on the road. They are ridiculous and vile. Now, how do you get reviews like that? Here's another one. Although I have not personally met Doreen, she sounds like a bitch, and I would never go to Western Slope Drivers Institute at 720-283-7483. Doreen should not be in business. Just the mere fact that this guy was compelled to call me tells me something. So that's me. That's my review. Okay, now, this is ridiculous. That person, now watch, Mark, I predict she will not give that money back, and we're going to go to court on it, and we're going to show them how to do it. Let's get this damn thing done. I'm sorry I went off the tracks, but this is worth it. I can't stand when businesses do that. Doreen. Okay? Doreen. You know what I mean, Doreen. You are well, whatever. Doreen. So here's what I have to say. I have to say that Doreen needs to be told in a nice way that she should refund the money and turn it around or get out of business. Because people like that should not be in business. They shouldn't be in business. So, Doreen, what do you think?
Duh.
Okay. So, I will get back to you on this one right after this.
It's Jolene.
Oh, it's Jolene.
Jolene.
That's right. That's what I was thinking of.
That's how.
It's by that one woman. She's pretty, what's her name?
Yes, that's who it is.
Well, then someone covers it that's way better. Jolene. Yeah, I think you're wrong.
What Jolene is Dolly Parton.
Yeah, but who sings it better?
But no one would sing it better anyway.
No, not better than her.
Jolene.
I love her quote. No one has spent this much to look this cheap.
She actually had ribs taken out so that she would have a tighter hip, smaller hips.
Oh, everybody's son this song. Short, Miley Cyrus, Patti Smith, Kelly Clarkson.
Fix it 24/7. FixMyHome.com. I've used them at my home, and they have come out. I'll tell you what. You got very kind, polite, wonderful people. You have fair, wonderful pricing. You have knowledgeable people. That's what I like. They don't have to do it twice, but they have a 100% satisfaction guarantee. That's how it works. I've known the owner for many, many years. And Fix It 24/7 will do it right for you, whether plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, or drains. And I call them the $39 people, which means I can't believe what they've done for $39. They will do a system check. Now, you can have your air checked, you can have your furnace checked, you can have your plumbing checked, you can have your electrical checked. Oh, my God, it's unbelievable. And with the minor adjustments, and you have a clean bill of health, or they tell you what's wrong and give you exact pricing. It is very complete, just $39. Okay, at $39 to find any problem as well if you're having a problem. And then guess what? Then they refund that if you have the work done. 720-526-3939, 720-526-3939.
Like certain wealth strategies provides financial planning with a focus on forward-looking tax mitigation strategies for those in or near retirement in Colorado. Like certain wealth strategies, discover the
She's been married to the same guy for like 50 years. No kids. I don't think she has.
I love the art of granite.
Who?
Big and small.
Dolly Parton.
Small.
all.
Oh, yeah.
Big when it comes to
I mean,
she's
the breastfeeding, if you were her kid, you'd never stop breastfeeding.
She got a
You'd be
reduction.
like 14.
I'm pretty sure she got a reduction.
wholesale account, and that's all you'll pay.
I don't see breasts.
So you can go anywhere. Also,
You don't
candidates, you'll
see
get them
breasts?
direct
Like I said, that's really
you buy the one person.
What was it, Dollyville? Is that the thing? Is that
Dolly World.
Dolly World.
Yeah, it's in
the Dolly
Dollywood?
Dollywood. It's like in Chattanooga or somewhere like that.
Dollywood.
Dollywood care and contrast. What you'll see is beautiful, beautiful cabinets direct from the manufacturer, and he will do everything you do in the kitchen in the bathroom free. Meaning, if you get counters, vanity top, you get cabinets, he'll do everything. He'll tear out and haul away the old kitchen free.
We saw somebody in the gym.
She's got
Oh
to be
my
pretty
God!
cool.
I told my girlfriend, I said, you know what?
386
Those friends get in a room about 3 seconds before the rest of her comes in.
You're crazy.
Crazy. You know why she had such a small waist?
She wore one of those cinch things.
No, she said because nothing grows in the shade.
She's real short, too.
She did a movie that was one of the funniest damn movies in the world. 9 to 5.
That's a really good movie.
Fucking, that movie was so funny. I just watched that again in the past probably 3 months. In fact, I enjoyed it so much, it was on regular TV. I actually watched something with commercials I wanted to see.
Have you watched the 36 Feet Under? We were just talking about this. Like,
I used to watch it.
Ask Todd Terry.
It was very good.
How much it would cost to build 612?
I already did. I don't know. I didn't get an answer yet. Isn't it? It's so funny you can say that. Here's what and look how I put it too. Just so you see.
And then they would, step back and show you the whole story.
Look what I put.
Yeah.
The very bottom one in green.
There's some interesting people on that show.
Like one lady was.
I wanted a true blue
She was
answer.
out with her girlfriends in a limo. She stands up in a limo through the head thing, and then turns around and boom, hits the sun.
Okay, here.
Oh, that's
Interesting, huh?
And they showed her head, just like smashed. But that's impressive.
It was.
To all
The cop was his boyfriend. Remember
Oh, yes. The black man.
Yeah.
On the list?
Oh, you don't?
No, not sure. I'll tell you who I have doing that. It's one of our handymen.
Yeah,
Did you get a price?
You know what? The way I deal with all that is I don't get a mental picture. And I'm okay. Well, I know, but I mean, yeah. I just don't want to get
Howard,
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Yvonne's got a comment on Yelp reviews. By the way, we're talking about Western Slope Drivers Institute in Littleton. They suck. 720-283-7483. That's my opinion based on what I've heard so far. And I don't know anything that could change my mind on that one. But I'm willing to hear anything. And based on the other reviews and based on this guy's experience and the fact that he just went through it. Yvonne, what do you have to say about Yelp?
Well, Yelp, Yelp, I don't know about Yelp. I think that's good that you vetted and that you came up with a pretty concrete conclusion about this company.
Now, wait a minute. I came up with an opinion, not a conclusion.
Well, opinion is a conclusion.
No, it isn't. It's an opinion. Because opinions change, conclusions don't. Conclusions are what they are. In other words, did they do it or not? That's a conclusion. And an opinion is, did they do it or not? Not sure, but if this happened, that happened, and if this happened, that happened. Opinions are way different.
Yeah, based on the definition, yeah. But anyways, I think...
Is your name Doreen?
Anyways, I think...
I like the based on the definition.
Yeah, I know. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think that it would be nice, since you're already in the business, that it would be great if someone or if you would come up with I would say, TrueReview.com, a website that actually vets.
We talked about that, as far as, because Yvonne...
thousands of reviews on
But Yvonne, you're not, I know, but what she means is this, truly, and it is true, people can go on and really blackmail businesses and do all kinds of stuff. They really can. And even though Yelp and Amazon and Google and everyone who has reviews say that they're genuine, what she means is truly like almost a mini interview to see that, you know, is this for real? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, because I actually review. I'm not much of a review person, but I actually put a review in regards to a company that she was really crappy, and
it would be the Snopes of reviews.
But they never posted it, so if that says anything,
you know.
That's that patented algorithm they have.
Yeah, Yelp has these things they call non-recommended. And I say this. They should not allow personal attacks. I agree. For example, when I call this woman a bitch.
Oh, I didn't personal attack at all.
No, I know. But I'm saying I agree with that.
Opinion.
No, I think what Yelp does more than anything, if you only go on and leave one review, they just simply don't trust you, so they don't post it. If you leave 10 or 15 reviews with different companies, then eventually you'll start seeing all your reviews.
Well, that shouldn't matter. Just because you post one review, why should that
I'm not saying it matters. I'm just saying that's what Yelp generally does.
Yeah. Well, I think there's some other things that are not so... I mean, because the thing is that, you know, some people lie. Lying is just, you know, normal these days. And sometimes, you know, they come up with their own...
Can I ask you something?
Remember Kaylin Eccles?
Can I ask you something? Do you have a relative named Klaus?
Yes, that's my father.
You know what? I am such an expert at voices. I never forget a voice.
That was pretty good, man.
Yes, it was. Okay, thank you for your comment. 303-713-TALK. So Suzanne whispers in my ear, I think that's Klaus's daughter.
Yeah. Do you remember Kaylin Eccles in his review?
I actually remembered the voice rang a bell, but I couldn't place it. Anyway, what were you saying?
Kaylin Eccles. His review he left on Yelp was great.
Yes, it was.
They
allowed it. They allowed it.
They did. But he was replying to a negative review.
So a woman puts up a negative review about Kaylin. Now, I just want to say, Kaylin says he's changed and turned over a new leaf. But anyway, so he responds by saying the only reason she's mad is because she was coming after me like a bulldog on a rabid bulldog on a bone because she was in love with me or something, and her husband caught me or caught us kissing or something. It was so disgusting. Anyway, even though they don't use real names, do they? Full names on those reviews?
Yeah, they do.
Some people do, Tommy.
On the Yelp reviews about
I think you can show what you want.
Like, yeah, just a last initial. So in any case, let's put it this way. This situation sucks. Okay, Tim, what's going on with Tim?
Tom.
Hey.
Hey, you're talking about your memory. Back in 1995 to 98, you were doing an auction on some Bronco tickets for the playoffs. Do you remember that at all?
I remember doing... I remember. Hold on. I remember doing a lot of things back in the day with Broncos tickets, but I'm not. So, what aspect, without giving it away, what do you want me to remember? What do you want to see if I remember?
I want you to remember the association that we were auctioning for, and a lady was driving up from Colorado Springs, and me and her got up to about $1,100 on it.
So you were bidding against her?
Yeah.
And
they were playing against the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, and so what part of it? I don't remember the auction. I remember in general having tickets back when we were really in the hunt. And
right. This is when Father John was still there.
But I don't remember like anything specific like that auction where you were bidding against a woman.
Well, in any event, it was for the Leukemia Society.
Oh, okay. No, I don't remember that part. I do remember why, though. I do remember why we did that is because Stephanie, who is one of my great friends, turned out to be more than that later, but she was on Channel 4, and she was raising money. I think she was raising money for leukemia, and she did a marathon as well. And so she asked me to help, I think, because that's what it was. Okay, thank you. 303-713-8255. Now, what do you think? I want to hear your opinion on this Western Slope Drivers Institute in Littleton Story at 720-283-7483. Okay, that's what I want to know. Tim, wait. What is the sewer line supposed to be for? Suzanne, hello, guys? Yeah, can you tell me the sewer line? What line? It says 3 or 4. Which one is that? Because I took 3, and that was the guy.
Oh, he dropped the name of the sleeve you put in a sewer line. I guess you mentioned it.
It's really, no, it's called pipe bursting. There is no brand name, but Plumline does a lot of that. They do a really good job.
Yeah, I think it inflates with air, right? You pull it through, then it inflates and breaks the pipe, and then what do? Then you run another pipe through it? How does that work?
No, that pipe doesn't inflate with air. What it does, it has a bullet nose, and as it pulls through, it destroys the old pipe because it's pulled through with hydraulic pressure.
And it's literally pulling through a replacement pipe.
Yes.
Got it.
While it shatters the other one into pieces, which the pieces just stay in the ground.
Which would be way cheaper than getting an excavator out there.
Now, they do have some other ones that do the lining that pull through. I like the pipe bursting, it's called, because it destroys the old one. Danielle, what's going on?
Yes, sir. Thank you for taking my call.
Yes.
I appreciate everything you do.
Thank you.
Yeah, and first off, the name of the song I think you're trying to think of is Karina.
No, it's Doreen. Jolene. Jolene is what I think.
Okay, Jolene, right. That's a country song.
Wait, there is a Doreen song. Hold on. He said there is a Doreen. But the one I was thinking of, though, just for the hell of it, was Jolene. I was thinking Doreen, but it's Jolene. Anyway, this is Doreen. Hold on. Oh, there is a Doreen song. Never knew it. Okay, so Danielle.
Well, it's not about that Doreen,
Yeah.
but anyway, the one new. Yeah. And I agree with your definition of opinions versus conclusions.
Thank you.
Yes,
Fine.
thank you.
Okay, so what's going on?
Calling is, I had called a week or 2 weeks ago about being in an accident on April Fool's Day where the fool had no insurance and left the scene of the accident.
Okay.
And now I was in another accident, not my fault.
Oh, no.
Neither one was my fault. But a week ago, yesterday, on Tuesday, I was in Golden trying to return the rental car.
Oh, no.
To Enterprise. I had full coverage.
Hold on 1 second.
Yes, sir.
Hold on. I promise I'll get back to you. But Doreen from Western Slope Driving School, at least she identifies herself. We're gonna hope it's her. She's saying she's from the Western Slope Drivers Institute in Littleton, so we're gonna let her have her say. Is Doreen?
It's Doreen.
Hi, Doreen.
Hi.
Do you own the company or just work there?
I am an owner.
Okay. So, Doreen, you're aware of this problem with the guy that called? Are you aware? Do you want me to refresh you? Jeff, he said Jeff and his wife took their son in there. His permit had expired, and there was a $80 cancellation fee. Yeah, and that no one's disputing that. But then he said you refused to even render the class at all because of a negative review, but still wouldn't give the money back. What's your side?
So under our contractual agreement, and actually it all started with his wife.
Okay.
Not Jeff. So, and I wasn't actually a part of it until I talked to Jeff. So when their son, I believe his name is Roman, showed up, he showed up with an expired permit of over a year. The document's only good for 30 days.
Right.
Paper document.
Yeah, we're not disputing that.
Okay, so I need to go through the process so people understand.
Okay.
So when he showed up, his mother just dropped him off. She had to come back and pick him up. So when she called, she did not want to pay the $80 fee. She said it was our responsibility to tell them that his permit was expired. Well, we did when he showed up because...
Yeah, but that's bull anyway. It's not your responsibility, and we all agree on that. So then go ahead.
Okay. So then Jeff went into the office and spoke to an employee of ours who runs that office, Donna, the sweetest woman ever. And at first it was fine, and then it got kind of confrontational. Well, then I talked to Jeff. Well, then his wife wrote a bad review. Then, which is fine, people write bad reviews all the time. They're somewhat insignificant. But then he started trying to barter with me. Okay, so we'll take down the bad review if you give us back our money. So it kind of went this back and forth ridiculous thing. So
I have to ask a direct question. Is he out and out lying when he said you refused to give the son the course even if they paid the $80 because of the negative review?
Yeah, that's not what happened at all.
Okay, go ahead.
We prefer that he drives with us because he took class with us. We want him to be our student. We want him to be successful. We want him to have a successful driving career. As we well know, Tom, driving today in Colorado has some very, it's a
but listen, I want you to have enough time. Hold on. I'm going to continue this. You can have as much time as it takes. But she is saying she never refused to give the class, ever. Now let's figure out what's going on here, and we'll recap coming back.
At the end of all this, when you find out, you should say, and that's the rest of the story.
Get back. Now, I want to know he has to be he was right. Why do you think the guy's lying?
I don't know yet. Don't know.
He refused to render opinion.
Both directions of I-70 have been heavy in the elevated portion, and it's a solid slow drive. Both directions of I-270 in Commerce City, if you can, use an alternate route for now. The weather forecast.
Short, FlexNet?
Chance of showers throughout the rest of today with a high of 57. Right now, overcast skies in the Mile High City.
Now be careful how we talk about FlexNet.
Traffic and weather. 6:30 K-How.
Krylon Fusion all-in-one spray paint bonds to most surfaces for maximum rust protection and excellent coverage. No sanding or priming necessary. Plus, it comes in a variety of colors, so you can get the right finish in a single afternoon. Krylon. Today we spray.
Let's talk about Flexident of Colorado.com. Nick has done my cars, Mark's car. He's doing my car right now, one of my cars, and I have to tell you, they do perfect work. That means if you have a dent or a ding or hail damage, you can get it fixed. They don't report to Carfax, and you'll never know they were there. Now, if you doubt it could be done because there's too many or you maybe see a few chips, ask them. It's a free estimate. You'll always save with Flexident. Always. They have 2 convenient locations. You need to call them 303-619-6273. Flexident of Colorado.com.
I take Metamucil, and it's so amazing. It makes me want to tell strangers.
Usually, when I do this, I drop it. But if I'm way over time, it doesn't matter.
Well, I hit the button too early. You'll have a Fuller Law coming up in 15 seconds. Fuller Law short.
Ready to take on the world. So, if you feel sluggish, it might just be your digestive system not working like it could. So, try it for yourself, and then tell everyone you know. Or not.
Short, right?
Feel what lighter feels like.
John Fuller, Fuller Law. Here's the phone number. If you're injured and you need help or just information, free legal advice, seriously. All initial consultations are free, even when he signs up with you, if he believes you need an attorney. He will only collect if he collects for you a small percentage. That is 303-597-4500, 303-597-4500. John Fuller, free legal advice in the event of any injury. Call him. He knows his stuff. His website, personalinjuryco.com.
It's the summer of savings at Burlington stores. Hurry into Burlington to save on a huge selection of brand name dresses, shorts, sandals, tanks, and tees for everyone. Available in endless styles and sizes. And no summer is complete without swim. Burlington's packed with pool toys and swimsuits for the family, plus just-in activewear for ladies and men. All up to 60% off other retailers' prices every day. Your nearest Burlington store.
Okay, man, we're gonna have a fucking lot of racquetball today. We're playing with Jay Bretts. We're playing with the Common Man.
I'm jealous.
And who else?
What's his name?
Ross.
Oh, you're having a party. I ought to come over and watch.
Loser.
Let me just
Loser's got to get in the hot tub.
I am so good that I would embarrass you guys, so I'm not going to come. I am that good.
You can spend time in the hot tub.
I am not good. I am that good, so I'm sorry.
You fit right in there, buddy. Yeah, that would be like a North Korean torture. Get your ass in that hot tub, boy.
But your ball's going to hang at least 8 inches.
If they don't hit the next step, you don't qualify.
I'm sorry I'm that good.
I went to ZipRecruiter.com/work and tried ZipRecruiter for free.
That's why Tom's on that bio team.
I post my jobs.
Tommy, I got Jeff to call out at 6, okay? For Doreen.
Good job.
Good job.
That was the easiest part of my day.
ZipRecruiter finds what I'm looking for. The needle in the haystack.
Hey, what's the name of that guy?
Oh, it is. I think it's Mark. I'm not sure it's Mark.
Oh, you're right. It is Mark. He spelled it with a K.
I've never not been right.
He spelled it the right way.
No, he doesn't. If you ask my parents, they'll say, I'll say, why'd you name me with this C? And they always have the same answer. Because it's not biblical. That is literally their answer.
Yeah, but you're Jewish.
Because, no, they don't.
I'm half Jewish.
They did not want it.
That's what they tell me. Yeah. We spelled it with a C because we didn't want it biblical. Right?
No, his mom's Jewish.
She just converted to Judaism. Literally. She's got a Hebrew name, the whole bit. I'm not fucking around.
What's her name?
I don't know. She doesn't get it yet. She goes in. She literally goes in.
Thanks so much.
No, it's a whole... She hasn't wrote that last check yet. Oh, that's funny as shit. No, she goes in front of the whole, synagogue and does this whole thing.
It's kind of like when George converted to...
What do you like about it? I like the hats.
If you approach retirement, what if you should pay off your mortgage? Access tax-free.
No,
Makes your whole life rotate around what they did on Seinfeld.
You know what? But it makes so much...
Seinfeld rotates around everybody's life.
Right. Almost everything you've done, there's an episode that's kind of about... Not an episode, at least part of it. I mean, just like that conversion.
Yeah, it's true, man.
Or George goes...
My,
if I do the... What do you say? The quick...
Wait a minute.
Say a couple prayers, right?
Hold on. We've got some... I'm proposing that my wife will remove all negative ratings in exchange for a refund on the driver's portion of the program. Good morning. Sorry for the delay. Okay. So this is what I'm offering you. Your wife can take down her name.
What is that? What is that stuff?
You have it in your inbox.
What is it?
They're texts back and forth. So we have what actually happened right now.
Wait, she's proposing it or he is?
She is.
Your wife can take down her negative.
Mark, you just have to help me. I don't have it here.
You guys can pay. Okay. Just let her keep talking.
Let her hang herself.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Jeff, I just want to tell you something. You said when you went back there that, I can see your resistance for not paying the $80. Okay, I'm going to let Doreen talk. It's her turn. But I can see your resistance. But then ultimately, you owe it. And I agree with her on that. I want to make that clear. You missed it. It's not their responsibility to check the permit. Continue. You said, of course, he came in, the cancellation fee he was balking at, and then tried to do some negotiating. And what was that negotiation?
He wanted for me to take, he said he would take down the negative review if we would basically get rid of the $80. And then he wanted his money back, which the thing that people don't understand, you're buying it in a package, so it's minimal. Like it would be $100 different. So basically the $80 fee is the $100 that he would have thought if there would have been that kind of a transaction. But this is the part that bothers me.
So wait a minute. But under normal circumstances, you would be willing to take the $80 and do the class if he paid the $80, and you did not demand that he take it down.
No, I don't actually care if he does or not, because we can rebuttal it, and we have all kinds of documentation. But this is the part that bothers me. I don't like bullies, and he's a bully. And I'm running a business, and I run a legitimate business, hence being in business for 14 years. I have tons of retired Denver policemen.
You hold on one second, because, Mark, this text seems to uphold exactly what she just said. It says, good afternoon. And, Jeff, listen, man, you sent this text to me, which actually convicts you. Here's what it says. Good afternoon. This is from Doreen. Sorry for the delay. Okay, this is what I'm offering to you. Your wife can take down her negative review. Now, this is after you offered to do it. She said, your wife can take down the negative review. You guys can pay the $80, and then your son can drive. Thank you. Why did you...
No, go on to the next one.
That's not a refusal.
Keep going.
Okay, then it says, I've already paid for another driving lesson elsewhere. I'll pay the $80 penalty and be refunded the money we paid for the driving portion and take down the net post, the negative post. We won't refund your money, and you guys can leave the post up if you like. But wait a minute, Mark. That was after she offered the course, and this guy out and out lied and said she would not give him the course. Now, I don't give a damn what you say. That's exactly, Doreen said exactly what this text says, Jeff. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, man.
Tom, hold on. Tom, let me defend
Come on,
myself.
Jeff. Okay, you guys hold on. You hold on, because you got me all worked up, and I'm pissed off. Tell me if I'm reading this wrong, because granted, for your granted.
If you weren't looking
Here's the
for
deal,
a
though.
deal, and I read the deal, you're going to find it
Okay,
Hey,
Mark, here's the deal, though.
Mitch Fleury is a great
Well, of course, but she says,
on the referral list,
he goes, as soon as she types this, he goes, I've already paid for another driving lesson elsewhere.
But how long ago? He said it was 3 weeks later.
No, it's the same fucking, yeah.
I don't give you prices, and those
See,
prices.
this fucking guy's a liar.
I mean, a few $100 maybe.
I don't know if he is a liar.
No, Mark. The 3 weeks is that after she got back with him. It wasn't the 3 weeks from where she offered it.
Yeah, it's all in the same conversation, the same minutes.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. He goes, listen, I can't give it to you.
On the phone, 303
Yeah, honest to God, who gives a shit? The bottom line is this, she's not giving the money back. But here's the problem. What's the problem? Here's the problem. She does. She just said she never said she wouldn't give the money back, right or wrong?
No, she wouldn't refuse to give him a driving test
or whatever the class.
Not being able to do stuff around the house, and who pays? John Fuller is someone you should talk to, free of charge, complimentary. If he takes the case,
and
it's
now
only payable if he wins, and it's a small percentage of what he collects. Why should you be the one to
And now, you know the rest of the story.
4500 on my referral list at referralist.com.
Sounds like an episode of Maury Porovich or whatever's in Hey, look, Price Fixer.
Stan Catless afternoons at 4. KHOW.
Yeah, and you're doing it. No, that's not.
I dressed up.
Lisa Brady, Fox News.
She's pretty good, this woman. I don't know who she is. Just a local talent.
Counsel Robert Mueller broke his silence, defending his final report, which did not determine whether the president may have committed a crime. Mueller cites an opinion from the Justice Department's Office of Legal
Let's just say, do you think this guy's going to be super good?
Who?
Mark, the other Mark, the real Mark.
Well, don't you? All I do is play Iron Man.
Maybe, good thinking.
If that text string happened 3 weeks later, maybe she did refuse at first. And this is the follow-up. Does he have the first? See, that's probably what happened.
The dates are on here.
What date is it?
But
Did David Salisbury
May 7th.
Did he leave? No.
Tom just said he left.
Yeah,
he did.
He had to go.
Mark.
May 7th, I'm proposing my wife will remove the negative bullshit. So that's on May 7th.
Tuesday, and then on Thursday, 2 days later, she texted him back. So,
Well, wait, hold on. No, here it is right here. Here's the day. What day is this?
You didn't send it to me, right? No.
No, did you
Mark,
want
I
to?
saw May 29th.
Where? I can't see this damn date. I have no idea what date this is.
See, here's what happened. They probably did come into the office, listen, and she did refuse. Then 3 weeks later, he sent that.
Yeah, I'll take down the review.
Then that
but let's
makes
see if
sense.
he says that.
No, there would be another timestamp on it.
But she does outright refuse to give the money back numerous times.
But because she's offering the class.
It's right here. He sent May 7th, then on Tuesday, May 7th, then Thursday, question mark, then yesterday, what was yesterday? May 20, whatever. So, yeah, she did wait 3 weeks to get back to him.
What were the first lines?
Oh, no,
May
you're right.
7th
You're right.
To yesterday.
What did May 7th's text say?
May 7th
I'm proposing
says
that my wife take the reviews down. And 3 weeks later, she responds to it.
3 weeks later, she says, okay. Then he says, well, it's been so long, we already got the driving shit done.
That's what it
How do you know
was.
that was yesterday? That's
because it says right there, yesterday.
Ford Pass Reward.
Okay.
We assume it's a few
Mark,
days.
you're right. You're right. I'm right. You're right. We're all right.
Tom, 1 minute, Centeno long.
She's an evil evil.
You can tell, man. You can tell those shoes.
This is the participating for the ice shift.
I don't see bitch.
For flexible complementary maintenance.
Well, we don't know. Yesterday, when yesterday was. Is there another date?
Well, he said
3
weeks for certain programs and available not on this research. Or reserves the right to change program details without obligation. I thought it was participating dealer or FordPassRewards.com.
That's just the day that it's copied.
FordPass, compatible with select smartphone platforms, is available via download.
Ask him
This report is sponsored by Krylon Fusion.
Mostly cloudy today with a high of 58. Tonight, mostly cloudy and a low of 42. Partly sunny tomorrow with a high of 67. Friday, mostly sunny and a high of 76.
This is Krylon Fusion all-in-one spray paint boost to most surfaces for
It was
maximum
literally
protection
yesterday.
and excellent coverage. No sanding or priming necessary. Plus, it comes in a variety
So,
of colors, so you can
this
get the
is
right
very
finish in a single afternoon. Krylon.
So you
Today
like
we
your-
spray.
Let's talk about living stem cell therapy. Dr. Chris Centeno, of course, he has Centeno Schultz. And Centeno Schultz is the place to go for genuine stem cell therapy. I've been saying it for years, and I stand behind Centeno Schultz. Here's what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to waste your money on these chiropractors. Unfortunately, they're mostly chiropractors, and they are giving out amniotic fluid and umbilical cord blood and calling it living stem cells. You're getting flat out ripped off. So please, Centeno Schultz, go to their seminars, learn more. TheStemCellExperts.com, 303-963-9201, 303-963-9201.
Dating or looking.
Yep, that's what happened. So in those 3 weeks where she did not respond, they had to send the kid somewhere else.
That's pretty logical then. He's not that.
Well, still having plenty of.
No, in 3 weeks he's thinking, okay, she's just blowing me off. He pays somewhere else.
No.
And then she finally responds saying, okay, we'll let him drive if you pay the $80. So here's where she's going to hang her head. She's going to say we have a no refund policy. It's an $80 cancellation, but there's no refund policy. I don't know.
No.
She should give them the fucking refund. In this case, because it took her 3 weeks, they should give the refund.
I'm surprised he didn't follow up with a call. He should follow up.
Mark, I want you to weigh heavily on this.
Don't you think you should have followed up with a call? His text? With a call?
He might have, for all we know. He might have left messages. I mean, we have no idea.
In fact, customer service is a big reason for their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and their thousands of Google reviews. Check them out for yourself and then give them a call. There's no
I wonder if
obligation.
Jay's any
Just a
good.
conversation around loan programs that may offer you a shorter term cash
Says
out
who?
remodel or
Skis,
special
rides
years
dirt
savings.
bikes.
Yeah, that's all.
More about a new home purchase or refinance.
It's all simple shit.
303-695-7000.
He broke his leg. I like athletes that don't break legs. Go for the knee. Go for the knee. It is cutthroat.
I wonder how Trump's going to take a loss.
People have asked me, Tom, where do you get BioT? They've heard me.
Yes, because the guy that smells women's hair is going to win.
I think his son.
He's going to walk up to Margaret Thatcher and take a big win.
No, I'll bet you Biden's son put him
Plus,
on.
they do other
Because
of that Chinese stuff.
including cosmetic procedures. They do microneedling.
And he is a flip-flop. He's flip-flop.
Biden might not even live that long. You know what? You know what Trump should do? You know what he should do? Get the FBI to fucking wiretap the whole fucking thing. He should do a fucking Hillary on
The
him.
most natural delivery of hormones. I know you do it. You don't have to ask me anymore where to go. Go to Revitalize Health. They're 3 brothers.
Put the
cool
old
guys,
okey
great
doke
guys.
on.
They work
What's
together.
good for the goose?
So I call them the hormone
It's good for the dump.
bros. I just think it's cool. So that's how you can find them. The hormone
Hey,
bros.
when someone says, I'm going to quote somebody, wouldn't you expect an actual quote, not a paraphrase, not a synopsis?
What is a synopsis?
I mean, isn't a quote like a real defined thing? Thank you.
Otherwise, they say paraphrase.
I say synopsis. I'll give you a synopsis.
That's what you.
See, that's very, it's a very good.
Why not? Are they afraid they can lose? Are they afraid?
But 3 of those things I said were right in questions.
Way toward the pro-life side, and what should
Yeah, they were. And the last one.
I like how Daphne goes.
What
did she bucket with a mop?
The Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling. Hello, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Here to help you solve problems, to answer questions, and to take complaints. You can read about us at referralist.com and then go to About Us, because I don't want to get into one thing. I want to get right to the calls. And this is really important to me, especially because, you know, we have a business owner on. And we said, hey, this is not right. This is not right. And we cast a lot of doubt on Western Slope Drivers Institute in Littleton's ethics and politeness and dealing with customers. And here's the deal. I'm going to sum this up. Doreen agrees. They all agree up to this point. Okay, here's the deal. The son was going in for driving school at Western Slope Drivers Institute in Littleton. He had an expired permit by a year, but here's the bottom line. He couldn't take the course, the driving portion. Also, what I didn't understand, and wasn't made clear by the caller, Jeff, is that he had already taken some of the course, just not the driving portion. I want to make sure. Is that right, Doreen? Had he taken some of the course or none of the course at that point?
Correct. He took the 30-hour class already.
So see, now, don't you think that should have been mentioned by Jeff, that they already had 30 hours of classroom time? Now, Mark, this pisses me off he didn't mention that. Okay, so he goes in, he had 30 hours of classroom time, which he didn't tell us, and then says, okay, I don't want to pay the 80, blah, blah, blah. But eventually, I guess he agrees to pay the 80, but Doreen said at first he didn't. And then there was negotiating going on. And according to Jeff, they went home and put a negative review up, okay? He admits it. And he said she was rude, blah, blah, blah. Now, according to Jeff, Doreen further said, if you don't, you know, because of the negative review, we are not going to render services and we're not giving your money back, okay? That's what he said. Doreen said, we never refused service, and negative reviews don't amount to much. He could leave it up there for all we care. But now what I want to tell you is the text stream, okay? This is important, the text stream. Because in the text stream, if I can find it here, and I want to lean on Mark because he really looked into this. The first text stream was right in the beginning, May 7th. And he said, this is Jeff, I'm proposing, so she never said this, he said it, I'm proposing that my wife will remove all negative ratings in exchange for a refund, and he even says, on the driver portion of the program. But Suzanne, Mark, you know how people say, well, you didn't give me a chance to tell you. Did he have a chance to tell us that his son had already taken 30 hours of classroom, and he never said it?
Well, I knew only from his email. I didn't realize he didn't say that on air.
Okay. Well, maybe he thought we knew then.
So he did disclose it.
He did disclose it in the email. Okay. So he probably thought we knew. That's
but then Doreen takes almost 3 weeks to answer.
This is where Jeff has some credence. Because Jeff is proposing a compromise, okay? Doreen, this is where I think Doreen fell short. She did not answer that text for 3 weeks. Meanwhile, Jeff had every right to think, wait a minute, she's ignoring me and blowing me off. I mean, 3 weeks, right?
It's a long time.
And he even sent, hold on, a question mark again, like, hey, you know, like what's happening? So then she writes back 3 weeks later. And this is where it's up to anyone's decision. And this is where I personally believe, although Jeff didn't tell 100% everything, and Doreen, you know, may have not handled this perfectly, I agree with Jeff in this part. Because it took 3 weeks, he went out and found another class. Now, good afternoon. Sorry for the delay. This is Doreen. Okay, this is what I am offering to you. Your wife can take down her negative review. Now, remember, he offered it. And you guys can pay the $80, which is the late fee, and then your son can drive. Thank you. Now, he says, I already paid for another driving lesson elsewhere. I'll pay the $80 penalty and be refunded the money for the driving portion.
But that's where it gets weird, because he already did 30 hours.
Right, but the driving portion he did none. She said, we won't refund your money. You guys can leave the post up with you like that, or whatever. I'm calling Tom Martino. Perhaps over the radio he can solve this issue. She says, please do. So I'm glad they're both in agreement. Now, here's the thing. They both handled it wrong, in my opinion. But after 3 weeks, I do not blame Jeff for going and get another class.
But he does owe something for the class.
Now, this is where Doreen made a point. She said, if you consider the $80 and you consider the 30 hours, there really isn't much of a refund anyway. Okay? So I would say to Doreen, you should refund the money. But she will say, okay, but how much is it? So I do think that she was wrong in flat out refusing a refund, but she should have explained, hey, it's not that much anyway, and given it back.
And
that's
she
my
waited
opinion.
3 weeks.
These are my opinions, okay? Now, let's talk to Doreen first. So, Doreen, in an honest-to-God scenario, how much money is the driving portion as opposed to the 30 hours?
$100.
It's really just the driving part is $100. The classroom part is about $300.
Because we sell it in a package. So when
No, I understand.
So that's why. So they absorb the big portion. So the class that they paid for was $440. So the class, if you bought it separately, would be $320. $20 for the written permit test. That's $340. There's $100 left.
Okay. And of that 100, he had $80 in a late fee, and I agree with you. But are you refusing to even give back the $20?
Oh no, he could have the $20. I can give him cash.
But I can see where you were pissed, and I understand how it happened. But here's
Tom, I would like to say something. This is the part that I struggle with. I've been in business for 14 years. I don't like bully parents. When a parent is wrong, and this is what I even told Jeff on the phone, because him and I had a couple of different verbal conversations. When somebody calls me and starts threatening me and telling me how it's all going to play out, that just doesn't work for me. It's like I'm running a legitimate business.
You know, her math is right. I'm sorry to interrupt, but her math is right. Right on there, her online package, which is 30 hours, 6 hours, $420, classroom only is $320.
I know. Here, Doreen, listen, I know what you're saying, and you can get an ass full of people. I know that. People can.
Tom, I'd like to say this also. I told him, I said, it's going to be a delay for me to get a hold of you or get back to you. My son and my daughter-in-law to-be graduated from Colorado Christian University. I had company for a week. We had a few days off. I told him that ahead of time. I said, I have all kinds of things going on. I said it will be a delayed response.
Okay, listen. Here's the thing. I don't fault him for going and finding another class, really. I don't. But the other thing is this, Doreen. You know, I don't know what your demeanor is, but I do know that there's more than his review or her review saying that you're rude and not polite. I mean, you must have seen them.
Oh, yeah. I follow the rules. We have a contractual agreement.
I understand that. Persnickety, I call it. I get it. But you can warm up a little. You can warm.
Well,
ask him how much he paid.
Listen, I'm not going to give you. Doreen, I understand. I really have revealed the facts that as I see them truly, and I haven't. But I will say, look at. She says I follow the rules, and I get it. I get her personality, but to me, put someone else on the front desk to deal with people. I'm just saying it, okay? I don't want to be disingenuous and say something behind her back. It does sound like the B word, and it does sound like she's persnickety. Now, she's going to think, look, I do things right, and she probably does. Right? That's the impression I'm getting.
Well, she is a teacher.
What do you mean? Oh,
literally. I mean,
oh dear, here we go.
But here's the thing. Listen. There are certain personalities, and I really mean that. Those reviews didn't go up there by mistake.
I want to know if that class time they could use in the other school.
So now,
or is it worthless class time?
One thing I want to make clear, Jeff did not misrepresent. He really didn't. He included every fact in his email. I want to make another thing clear. She did offer him the class, but it was 3 weeks later. It wasn't in the beginning, so Jeff...
Wait.
We never know what happened right in the beginning, if she offered or refused in the very beginning. But I have no reason not to take you at your word at this point. Go ahead.
That class time got him the permit, by the way.
Okay. Then once you get your permit, you have to do 6 hours of one-on-one professional driving, which we did with the kids through Master Drive, Tom.
So in other words, that time went to exactly
Well, he
what
didn't waste money.
To.
Now, I want to let Jeff have his say, okay? But, Jeff, the way I feel... is you did not misrepresent. You told the story, and basically you were right in getting another class. 3 weeks was long enough to wait. I don't befault you for that, but the refund part, you're going to be shocked because it's only $20. How do you feel,
Tom? My understanding is the bulk of the cost of the class, and I think it's on her website, is in the driver portion.
No, it's not. It's on her website.
Staring at it, man.
No, we're staring at it. The bulk of the price is 30 hours of classroom. It really is. I mean, we're looking at
$320 for 30 hours, $420 for 30 hours plus a 6 behind the wheel.
Well, I just paid $360 with the new company.
But Jeff, that does not have anything to do with Doreen and Western Slope Drivers Institute in Littleton. I'm saying that I think we came to a fair resolution. She'll refund $20. You can keep your negative review up there, but really, it is what it is, Jeff, on both sides. Yeah. And the way I know we handled it properly is probably both parties don't love me.
This report is sponsored by Krylon Fusion.
One crash cleared, another one pops up. Good news in the Tech Center drive. That wreck southbound.
See, if you take 80 minus 100, it's 20.
You subtracted. We're done with everybody. Hey, you forgot, wait, except for your quote.
But Tom's kids are getting close to permit age, so maybe he should sign them up.
You forgot the quote.
Oh, damn it.
20 seconds, fix it long.
Right now, overcast in Denver and 51. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner. 6:30.
Now, what is this one? 4 hours drive by
bonds to most services for maximum rust protection and excellent.
Now, why wouldn't you do the online class at
Plus, it comes in a variety of colors, so you can get the right finish in a single afternoon. Krylon. Today we spray.
Fix it.
Fix it 24/7. The people I call when I have a problem with plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains because you can trust them. But I like the defined cost to find a problem. You don't know what it is. You don't know what it's going to cost. Man, if they spend hours, could it be a lot of money? And then it's a minor problem after all. $39 is the diagnostic fee. They'll come out and find the problem no matter how long it takes with a licensed, professional, insured, bonded professional. When they find it, if you want to get it fixed, you will get it fixed. And the $39.95 will be applied to the repair. Fix it 24/7. The $39 people. 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939.
That's right, a real estate show for consumers. All inside information to help you, the consumer.
Hey, what was our water tester person that we did?
What is it?
The Consumers Real Estate Show.
Oh, Consumers Real Estate. So.
You remember the water tester place that we had on that did, they tested water and he did all those water systems? Tom, you remember him? Or what was his name?
Oh,
because the guy's asking for a water tester in Brighton.
No, he didn't. That guy sold it.
Oh, did he?
He sold purification.
But he also tested water too, I suppose.
No, but yeah, not like what this guy wants. Does he want it for a well or what's he want?
For a well, yeah.
I don't know anybody at Brighton, man.
The idea of going.
I'll say so.
There's one. The guy I used was pretty good, but
I'll say I hesitate to recommend, but he can call here.
Yeah.
October 2016.
Yeah, they're hitting hard with Price Fixer. This is like the third one I've seen.
This product contains nicotine.
And they're doing it for him because he doesn't have to pay, right? Or does he?
No, he pays for these.
He does?
Yeah, look, Price Fixer Denver.
Taxes could be your biggest
She's pretty good.
expense. Hi.
She comes off very well, whoever she is.
Your retirement every Saturday on.
And I think it's smart having a female on TV do
We
it.
put together your comprehensive retirement plan. I'm always keeping an eye on taxes. Don't let taxes derail your retirement. Call 720-488-8604 or online
What?
yourmoneyyourretirement.com.
Did you get some negative?
I know some of the way I handle people.
Somebody says you need a drink. I said we all drink.
I had a guy call me a dick yesterday. 5:14 in the morning.
He just says, no, I'm Mark.
I said, I told you, it's not Richard. I go now, why would someone fire out 3 emails at 5 a.m.?
Oh, remember the one guy?
Ah, drunk! Hello!
For over 30 years, McDonald Hardwoods has.
You guys couldn't tell that one guy was drunk. That was so funny. He didn't even remember the sandwiches.
I know. That's what's funny.
I didn't say anything about sandwiches. Idiot.
It was funny. I think that was funny.
Oh man, did we disagree on something though?
You and me?
Yeah.
What?
Well, okay, technically I don't think we did, but I wasn't there. I had this one guy call up and said, Tom said they should get $12,000 for that furniture.
That was that one. Remember that? You'll remember it, Tom.
Hi, Tom Martino. ApprovalReverse.com is a mortgage that accrues against your house. You don't pay it. If you're a senior and you have equity, you ought to look into it. And Joan Sullivan and her team will tell you the truth if it applies to you and if it'll be good for you. In some cases, it's not. But, you know, it's a viable retirement plan. And it's really good for a line of credit where you have the money there if you need it for an emergency, but you're not charged interest if you're not. In fact, you earn interest. Find out more. 303-771-3528, approvalreverse.com. And while we're talking about real estate, I was over at Frank's office yesterday, and I personally met the team, of course. I've known them for years, and I've worked with other members of his team, but this is the first time I've had them all together in one room. We were doing some videotape. And Frank Duran, the realestateman.com, is awesome. And these people talk about him like he's just like an icon. It's just great. But here's the deal. That's how they do the volume they do. They close, listen to this, Mark. They close in a month what some people do in an entire year.
Oh, way more, actually.
And in a year, they do more than people do in their career. Now, Frank Duran, you have a team effort. What does that mean? And don't please mistake his mild-mannered tone for lack of, oh my goodness. You're on it, Frank. So, Frank, when do you sleep? Can you tell us really quickly, weren't you, seriously now, homeless at one time? Like you, okay, so you were broke. And you made a jump into real estate. And
from the tire business.
Did you have didn't you have things repossessed and taken? Well, Frank, you offer free market evaluations, and this is truly a true market evaluation. You do work on it. It's not just, oh yeah, I think this will sell for this. And that you never hold them to a contract if they don't like you. All right, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. Let's talk to Danielle. Danielle, I am so sorry that you put on hold because that woman, we had to get back to her. It was such an urgent thing. But listen,
right, no,
you have my ear. I just can't believe your luck with vehicles. You were returning
No, it's not my luck. It's other
I know.
people not.
I know.
Yeah, but first I want to tell you, I agree with the suggestion that you made for her to let someone else run or handle the clerical details and the customer's attitudes. But
anyway, so what's going on?
Yeah, so I was returning the rental car because, and I want to make this statement for your listeners. The Enterprise is good for a day or two rental, but when it comes to insurance claims, Avis is the better company, and they have a 6-day minimum. So I was returning the rental car to the Enterprise near where my Jeep was, being assessed for the damage. It's totaled.
What happened?
The value to get it up and running is more than the car is worth, Blue Book, but I haven't looked up.
Anyway, so what's going on? What do you need our help with?
I was stopped. I had called the Enterprise an hour and a half earlier. I was waiting over at a mechanics in Golden, waiting for the company that picks you up. They never came, and I was there at 3:30 at the mechanics place, and then.
What do you need our help with, though? I want to help you, but what do you need our help with?
And so, well, I want to tell you what happened, and then we'll get on to the. Yeah, so the mechanics shop was closing. They close at 5, so at 10 to 5, I was walking out and packing the vehicle back up because it had no scratches, no dents, no nothing. I wanted to get it back over to them. Enterprise had been threatening me over the phone. The manager at Broadway and Shenango is...
But Danielle, I really need to get, seriously, in the interest of time, to what you need from us.
So I stopped in the parking lot, and the woman backed into me, and so I called it. Nobody wanted me to call for a uniform officer.
What was she wearing? No, listen, Danielle.
Yes.
So you were in another accident, but what do you need?
What I need is some help, because you always tell your listeners before you go to get another vehicle to call you.
So you're calling, you need help buying a vehicle. Are you going to buy a new one?
Well, not brand new, but newer, yeah.
How much do you have to spend about?
Well, I haven't been working my regular job for...
Okay. Did you have insurance on this vehicle and all that?
Oh, I have all that. I don't need help with the insurance.
No, I understand. What I'm asking is that car going to be paid for?
Which car?
The one that was wrecked. Do you have money?
Yeah, I believe in insurance.
Okay, Danielle, we're not talking philosophy. I just need to know some black and white stuff.
I'm a licensed insurance agent, and I've studied it.
Okay, but Danielle, that has nothing to... I'm just asking basic questions.
Okay,
how much... No, that's okay. Like I just want to make sure that car, you're not... What I want to know is did you have a loan on that car? Just yes or no?
Oh, the one I own? No.
Okay, good. I just wanted to know if there was any negative going into any...
No.
Okay, so now you simply need a car, and what is your budget? Do you want a loan or do you want to pay cash?
Well, that's what I'm not sure because of I have uninsured, underinsured motorist coverage, and I don't know how to put the whole thing together because I've never had to do that before.
Well, if you're going to get money... And you can pay cash. You can pay cash. But money's cheap right now. See, you said used or slightly used. What I'm saying to you is this. If you have enough money from your insurance to make a really healthy down payment, having a small car loan on a brand new car might be wiser than paying cash on a used car, depending on the deal. That's what I'm trying to get across.
Right. So that's why I need your opinion.
For example, we had a woman one time had enough money to put down on a car that would have made her payments around $80 a month on a brand new car with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Instead, she wanted to use the money to buy a clunker for her kid. She would have had trouble-free car. Instead, buys a clunker, and I told her, you're going to spend as much as the new car over time. So what I want to know from you is how much cash do you know? Do you know how much cash you'll have?
Well, right now I have none, really.
But from the insurance settlement, do you know how much cash you'll have?
Well, I'll have, whenever I decide to, however, this is what I need help with, Tom. How to get rid of the Jeep. I'm looking at it right now.
Danielle,
window.
Here's what I need. I need to truly give you some homework, okay? Suzanne, I like Danielle. She's been listening a long time, but you got to give her some homework, okay? Because we're too tentative right now, okay? She needs first... To get rid of the Jeep is easy. We can get rid of the Jeep if it has no value, if they totaled it. I need to know this. What cash will come out of her settlement and what cash will she add to it, if any. So I need to know how much cash she has. From there, we can decide the best course of action. That's the very first step. If she can get me that answer during the break, then that would be great. Just approximately how much cash. No stories, no philosophy, just how much cash.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW and iHeart.
Oh, I have no idea even still what she wants.
I thought it was going to be about a rental car.
She just wants to get rid of the Jeep.
No, she wants to buy a car. She doesn't know how to do it, what to do it.
What was she talking about over-under insurance? What did that have to do with it?
Just do that in.
Trade talks between the U.S. and China. Stocks fall.
And then my dog's name. Well, I wanted candy, but my husband said we had to call it.
But she had nothing to do with the rental car thing.
But listen, Tom. This has nothing to do with the rental car. Even though I just told you this entire story about the rental car. So how can I help you? Well, who should I use to cut my hair?
Giant rolling out a new iPod Touch for the first time in 4 years. Apple says the new device operates twice as fast as before. Models start at $199.
What do you think on the China thing?
And Michael Kors used to be the must-have.
Oh,
I cannot believe.
I didn't know rare earth was that important. I didn't know China had all the rare earth.
They don't, but they also bought a big mine in Australia.
Yes, baby.
Get some answers for Tom.
You got answers?
I got answers.
You got answers?
Oh, God, that was a brutal call.
Which call?
Her, God, it's never
Well,
ending.
here's the thing. She doesn't. Tom wants to know how much she's getting for the vehicle after she pays off the loan, right? That's what Tom wants to know. She owns the vehicle outright, and she hasn't accepted the total yet. She's nitpicking with her insurance, so she doesn't even know. But she owns the vehicle outright, so she doesn't have a loan on the vehicle.
Does she want a Jeep though? She wants a four-wheel drive Jeep?
I don't know what she wants.
Chris. This report is
Hyundai.
sponsored by
Hyundai!
A couple of big trouble spots right in the center of
It is not Sunday. It is Hyundai.
Even though in the manual it clearly states it's Sunday.
That's for stupid Americans, not for people that know Hyundais, not us Koreans.
Tommy, there's no loan on the vehicle, and she hasn't accepted the total amount from her insurance.
How much is that total amount she hasn't accepted? She has to have a
And ask what kind of vehicle it was so I can look it up.
Overcast skies in the Mile High City and 51. New traffic and weather. I'm Pete Wagner. 630 KHOW.
Krylon Fusion all-in-one spray paint bonds to most surfaces for maximum rust protection and excellent coverage. No sanding or priming necessary. Plus, it comes in a variety of colors, so you can get the.
I gotta get that hub, man, so we can use that new microphone.
Did you but you are
They call it a hub.
being charged with
And you can do that. You can put. They have.
We'll probably do a Velcro thing.
Says they haven't offered it yet. So
why is she calling?
Because she wants advice on buying a new vehicle.
I can't until I know how much she's going to get.
You want me to just tell her that, or you want to tell her that on the air?
You tell her that. And then tell her also,
Give her a cell number in case she's got any questions.
we'll help negotiate.
I'll have her group text him instead.
And remember, Dan's single.
But Jeeps are not a good value.
That's a good point, Daniel single.
Dan will help her buy a car.
I'm just going to get a dental drill.
Can you imagine driving down the road with that? Holy shit.
Do you know what your mortgage rate is?
Okay, one guy's $450 a toilet.
And that can be a problem.
No way.
And then for the first toilet, $350 for each edition.
Who said that?
Just wait.
I don't believe you.
This is somebody who's reputable.
Who we've talked to about in the last hour?
This includes fill valve flapper assembly, new steel braided supply lines. Toilet replacement, if you want the whole toilet, he said, is $575, including installation. The entire toilet.
That's cheap. That's the cheapest I've ever heard.
Most customers think a rebuild is too expensive, and they replace the entire fixture. That's the best recommendation.
Yeah, but what are you talking, though? It all depends on what toilet you want.
You're right.
If you want a fucking Toto, it's fucking
Toilet
$1,800.
rebuilds are the #1 source of poor.
It's 303-695-7000 or online at AmericanFinancing.net.
Of issues.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
You know, so many people call me
When
when
you're
they're
in
injured
right,
and they say,
there's
"Tom,
quality,
should I
different
call?" And I
qualities, but
say,
they don't
"John
vary
Fuller,
more.
Fuller Law."
Oh, bullshit. There's some bullshit, man.
The other side
Here,
will
look,
always try to
Toto.
make you feel greedy
Toto.
or not entitled. You need someone who will
I
The
was
good ones, they
But
literally blow
575. Hold on, that can't be just. If you have certain toilets in your house, how can they say 575? Are they all basically the same?
That's what I was saying.
But I mean, you can get a one for anywhere from 120 to 320, I guess.
No.
What do you mean? What do you
Most
mean?
expensive toilet
Well, you're talking
in the world. Just you calm down, bro. $6,000. The Numai Comfort Height 1 Elongated Dual Flush with Integrated Bidet. Or Baudet.
God almighty.
Integrated.
I thought you were trying to be funny.
Integrated bidet.
You are such an ass.
Bite it. It's bite it.
Look at that. That's at fucking Home Depot, bro.
That's a tub.
That's at Home Depot.
You just jump into it.
Look at how weird would that be to sit on? It's square.
You get into it.
That's because it's got a built-in bidet. Oh, fuck, man. I can't believe Home Depot has a toilet that. Here's another one, man. The Daikun Aqua. $1,349. It has a bidet, too.
These bidets are popular.
Look at this thing. God damn. Tell me that's not a wild-looking throne. Look.
Did she come with?
Look, it doesn't even look like a toilet. Now, that's a piece of art right there.
Well, she doesn't even look like she just went.
Look at the controls. LED, heated seat, soft close, night light for the elderly. It would work for you, Dan. Can't beat that.
That, you know what? So what they quoted, the first company quoted, that's only 327 for the toilet. Think about that. I know that sounds ridiculous, but Mark, you're running a truck. I mean, how can they do it?
You're the one that's involved, but not me.
Mark!
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. Now, she didn't know how much cash because they didn't offer to her yet. So when she finds out how much cash, we're going to help her structure a deal, whether it be cash or a small finance deal, because that's the best way to do it.
And the insurance company will take the Jeep. Right?
Yvonne wants me to take the call before the end of the show because I hurt her feelings. She's so silly if she took me seriously on anything like that because there's nothing personal involved. Yvonne, go ahead.
Hey, Tom.
Yes, I just want you to know, just on the onset, truly, I have no animosity to my callers at all, ever, even when I'm obnoxious, unless it's someone ripping somebody off and I say, you're blah, blah, blah. But when I disagree with people and I'm adamant about it, there's nothing personal about it. Go ahead.
I understand that. It just, I took it, I'm not sure how, because you mentioned that you knew who I was because you know my father, and then I kind of, from the tone of your voice, I felt like you were kind of sinister towards me.
Well, then you imagined it because I love your father and I think he does a great job, and I've always loved what he does. So basically, I just said, "Are you so and so's daughter?" And the reason I actually said that, if you want to know the real story, is Suzanne whispered in my ear, "I think that's Klaus's daughter." So I wanted to pretend that I never forget a voice, and Suzanne and Mark were listening, and Suzanne knows she just whispered it to me, so I wanted to take credit for it on the air, and that's why they started laughing. That's why I did it. So nothing more.
Okay, cool. I'm glad.
And by the way, your father
You should see him rolling his eyes.
Your father
right now.
does do a great job. He really does. And you want to talk about a profession that's a pain in the ass. That one is. He's the Rocky Mountain Coin, and that is when you're dealing with people and what they think something is worth. That's the worst time to deal with them.
He's making that cuckoo.
No, I'm serious. It's the worst time to deal with people. Is when they want money for something. But here's the other thing. Like one time a guy was mad because he was buying something and selling something. He says, why is something cheaper when I'm selling it than when I'm buying it? And Klaus said, because I need to make a profit to stay in business. And that's exactly right. And why, I don't understand this, why some people get offended by businesses making money, I will never, ever understand it.
Yeah.
But anyway, it is nice talking to you.
Yep.
Tell Klaus to come back on the referral list. I mean, really, he's a reputable guy. Maybe he probably didn't need it because it's so specialized.
Hollenbeck coins down in the Springs are great people.
Yeah, they are great people.
They give top dollar.
In fact, they appraised something for me, but not coins. It was something else because he knows a lot about collectibles in general. Okay, now, what's going on, Mike? Oh, I got to press the button. Hi, Mike. What's happening?
Hello, Tom. How you doing?
Good, man. What's going on?
Say, I'm going to be needing a hot water heater pretty soon.
Yeah.
And I thought of you and all the people on your referral list. Who would you and your crew recommend?
Well, I'll tell you, I did use, in the past, 2 companies. I used Plumbline. Honest to God, they put in a water heater for me. And I used Fix-It for some other plumbing stuff. And I would use them. But Mark has also used others like
Price Fixer,
Apple Air. He likes also Howie Metz. I love Quality First Plumbing. I mean, we have good people, and really, you know, you're going to shop price. But let me just say something, and this is really, I don't know how to address this, but when you deal with people who do things the right way, you're never going to get as cheap as you want, ever. You're just not. And I've resigned myself to it. I am not telling you that they're needlessly expensive. They're not. But they are more expensive than the part plus a few dollars, because everyone says, wait a minute, I could buy a water heater at Home Depot.
Not Price Fixer.
And blah, blah, blah. But I'm saying, that's what people say, Mark. They just say it. So if you want to shop just price, that's one thing. If you want to shop a relationship thing where I don't think you should pay, you know, more just for the hell of it either. I mean, you know, you want a reason for it. But water heaters used to be something you could get done easily for under $1,000. Easily, a really good 50-gallon water heater. And that's difficult to do ever now. But yet, if you look at prices at Home Depot, and then you talk to Joe Blow down the street, you can, I don't know, you know what I'm saying, you can justify way cheaper, but is it what you want? I'm preaching because I want to send you to my referral list because they're great people. But the great people on my referral list, all of them, I'm not going to tell you they're the most expensive. They're not. But they are not people working out of a station wagon or a pickup without insurance and without, you know, documentation and without the stuff they need.
No, but sometimes they run good, I mean, really good specials. I know Plumbline, Bob will kill me right now, but I think they still have an $1,100 water heater.
Or $900.
Or whatever it is. But you probably need extras at this point if you haven't had one for 20 years.
You know, and that's another thing Mark just said. That's important. The code upgrades, they don't just come in, and they can't just come in and replace it if it needs to be brought up to code. How much were you mentally thinking, by the way?
I was thinking between $800 and $1,000.
Okay. That is probably doable, but it's going to be the lowest end, not the highest, not even in the middle. It's going to be the lowest end you find, and that's for a 40-gallon. Or did you think 50?
I was thinking 40.
Yeah. You can find that. I think Plumbline had some specials. I think Howie Metz at Quality First. I'm not sure.
If he was in the spring, Smith Plumbing has that every day.
I was just texting Howie about something else. I'm putting how much for an installed, I wonder if he's listening, an installed 40-gallon water heater, 40 gallons. So we'll ask him. And just be listening, okay? You know, listen. Pricing is something that is our biggest challenge. Cheapest is not always best. More expensive is not always best. Middle of the road's not always best. You got to come up with an algorithm in your mind, jokingly I say that spells value. And only you can answer that.
This report is sponsored by Krylon Fusion.
There's still big delays downtown, but that earlier crash southbound I-25 approaching 20th has been cleared to the right lane and right shoulder there. Still residual backups past 58th at this time, so pack your patience there. Westbound I-70 is slow in the elevated portion. Solid backups on westbound 270 from Vasquez, backed up solid all the way back to I-70 if you can use an alternate route. The rest of the drive across town in fairly decent shape. Car fire being reported off highway on County Line near I-25. Watch out for delays there. The weather forecast of chance of showers throughout the rest of today with a high of 57. Right now overcast and 51. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
Krylon Fusion all-in-one spray paint bonds to most surfaces for maximum rust protection and excellent coverage.
No sanding or priming necessary. Plus, it comes in a variety of colors, so you can get the right finish in a single afternoon. Try
Give out Jeff's number.
Let's talk about a dentist that we all love, and Mark's gone there, Suzanne now. Suzanne has had some minor cosmetic stuff. Now, when I say minor, I mean it's really beautiful, and it's the front teeth, parts of the front teeth. And when I talk about, this is important to know, when I talk about cosmetic dentistry, I like cosmetic dentistry as long as it doesn't cover up serious problems, and you do full mouth where you're just covering stuff up. That's where I recommend something else like orthodontics. But when it comes to cosmetic dentistry, you will never find better than Dr. Kelly at Avenue Dental Studio. They also do implants. They also do general dentistry. She and her husband, Jared, have AvenueDentalStudio.com. You will love the way they do business. Listen to this new patient special. $59 for an exam, x-rays, cleaning, all for $59. Yeah, I mean, that's incredible. Now, if your insurance covers that first visit anyway, they'll add then free whitening while you're there. Give them a call, 720-240-4740, 720-240-4740, AvenueDentalStudio.com.
Are you stressed out about money, worried that you're going to outlive your retirement? Hi, it's Dave Logan. If this sounds like you, you've got to get...
Here's a Kohler toilet, bro.
Thousands of students have
Kohler
how to invest, like the
for fucking
how much?
$4,230.
Sign up for their free half-day class this week. Call today.
Oh look, that's kind of cool.
Online
you know the install would be expensive as shit too.
What is that?
Okay, that's the flusher, man.
And reserve your class.
I discovered Plumbline like 17 years ago. Plumbline for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains for just $93. They will clear your drain, or the call is free. They call it 93 or free, and when it's free, you get a full description of what's wrong and what it will take to make it right. They also do, of course, your HVAC. They have $2,000 off carrier systems under the right conditions. You call them. You have a home comfort specialist come to your home, and you will absolutely love the way they do business. Plumbline Services, they have been around a long, long time. And it's a company you can trust. It's a company that stands behind their products. I know these guys personally. And again, you will never go wrong. Now, you know, pricing is debatable with any company, any industry, but I know one thing with Plumbline. The skill, the value, the equipment, and the honesty is there. PlumlineServices.com, PlumlineServices.com, a company I know and trust. 303-586-1086, 586-1086.
There you go. $29 million. Here, so here's Dan. Here's where Dan's always so wrong. He says most toilets.
Always wrong.
He goes, they're between $100 and $350.
So can I call the caller and say, hey, leave Doreen alone or
No,
stay out of it?
Don't get involved.
We're going to put his name on the air.
We'll put him on the sleaze.
I'm sorry that I fell for that. Yvonne.
What happened? I missed it all.
It's the Hang Fung Gold.
What happened with
29
Yvonne? I
million.
missed it.
She called back.
Right.
She thought that I was.
Is it heated seat?
Weird.
It's probably cold
When
as
I
hell.
found out she was.
There's one that costs even more than that.
Oh.
You know which one it is?
Platinum.
I love Klaus. I love her. She's a good person.
Oh, God, 6,000.
International Space Station toilet.
Exclusive web address.
But no, Dan says you can pick one of those up for $350.
He's always wrong.
Yes, I'd like an International Space Station shitter, please.
You should ask that 575. Is that the international?
Look at that thing. Holy
well,
shit.
Imagine it's kind of pulled right off your butt.
Oh, that is crazy looking.
Next time,
right? Because it's going to have to suck it right down.
Call Don's Garage Doors at 303-738-DOOR.
God, that's wild looking.
738-3667 or online at Don'sGarageDoors.com.
What was that? Was it on vacation? Remember where he says, "Hey, I got to stop for a bathroom"?
We never did have an expert call in. We were asking about. Like, what were we asking about again? I said, please, if anybody knows about him, we don't have anyone. The cell phone locking thing. No one told us. Yes, Suzanne?
Well, I did find out a little bit of information from ITED that I need to investigate.
What did he say?
So that phone that he never activated was a free phone with the package. The serial numbers on the other iPhones are transferable to Verizon. The particular serial number, or I'm sorry, model number for that cell phone is only with AT&T and T-Mobile.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Yeah, Apple does that. But it doesn't make sense why he can't reactivate it on a T-Mobile line, so I need to get with T-Mobile.
Well, that's because he said it's linked to the original account, and they already canceled the contract.
Maybe it's only CDMA.
Could be. Is that what, yes.
I've never seen an Apple phone like that, though.
That's just one?
Oh, I have.
Kathy? What's going on?
Oh, hello. Thank you for taking my call.
Hi, Kathy. How can we help you?
You know, I've run into a problem. I hired a company to fix some hail repair on my roof, and it's Excalibur Exteriors.
Mm-hmm. I've not heard of them.
Okay. The gentleman's name is Troy Tague.
What's the problem?
Well, he took $7,800 from me last October, and he's never done the work. He's never showed
Wait a
up.
minute. Wait a minute. What date?
In October of last year.
Oh, you got a problem. How much did he take?
$7,826.
$7,826. Okay, in October. Okay. Well, what was he supposed to do in addition to the roof?
Well, there were some repairs to the downspouts.
Why did you pay him up front?
I didn't pay him the full amount up front.
But why'd you pay him that?
Well, because, first of all, my neighbor had worked for the company, and she had been there 10 years, always was a good
Okay,
company.
what does she say about it?
Well, between all of this, he's let her know that the company's gone out of business. So she's found another job. Her parents are also hanging on the hook, just like me. So it was a good company. I guess the grandfather owned it originally. For many years, it was, high rated, and then all of a sudden his grandson...
Well, if he's out of business, really, I hate to tell you this, there's not a lot you can do. How'd you pay, by check?
By check.
I mean, you're a victim.
Who'd you write the check to?
Pardon?
Did you write the check to the company or him?
To the company.
This is terrible.
Yeah, I agree. And then I filed a civil suit, and of course we can't find him to get served,
I don't know what you were hoping we would tell you, but Kathy, it's as if you were robbed. I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying it's a crime, though, because I don't know if the guy with intent took the money knowing he was going out of business. What do you think?
I think he did.
When did he go out of business?
I don't really know.
Well, then how do you... Hold on. If you don't know when he went out of business, how do you know he took the money intending to go out of business?
Well, I don't know that he took the money intending.
Well, that's what I meant. I mean, if he took the money and had financial difficulties and closed the business, there's no crime that I know of. I mean, it's just unfortunate as hell. I mean, you lost a lot of money.
I know.
But there's no one, the insurance company won't make up for it.
No, I know.
But that's just, you've done everything wrong, first of all. You shouldn't have paid up front. I don't know what to tell you. It's too late now. And if you had to pay up front for certain things, there are certain ways to do it.
Call a public adjuster, get Matt or one of our guys out there. Maybe they can find more money so she can get this done.
Now, what we're saying is this. If you call Paradigm, which is No, not Paradigm. I'm sorry. What's the name? Paragon. Paragon is a public adjusting company. What they are is an adjuster that works for consumers. And what we're hoping is that they find enough in that adjustment that your insurance adjuster gave you that they can get more money than the insurance adjuster was allowing.
Oh, they'll at least double it, I have no doubt.
And most of the time they can, which means you're going to end up unscathed because you'll be able to hire somebody with the extra money. So that's the only thing we can recommend at this point.
And it doesn't cost you a penny, except for if he does say get another $20,000, you give him 10% of that.
Right.
After he gets it.
So your insurance settlement, whatever it was, the 78 plus whatever it was, he won't touch that. He will only take a small commission on the additional money. So there's nothing to lose. Okay?
Okay.
And I'm Tom Martino. We are flat out of time. This was a very exciting show, folks. I'm Tom Martino, and this is referrallist.com, generated as far as our experts. That's where you find them. Save all your problems for me. Let's talk about...
How would I get to come up?